by a teammate for some reason.
What is that about? Need to build a time, no place for that shit, right? Help me. You gotta put a bandage on my ass. Well, everyone stop getting fucking shot. Shit!
Hi guys, and welcome back to Looping Greybeard's channel. I'm your host, Looping Greybeard. Now, as promised many moons ago, I did say that it would take a good game for me to come back into streaming. A game that's deep and involving, and here it is, New World. Now, on the last couple of days before the beta tests end, and then there'll be until I think the 31st of August before it's released officially. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all to the channel and welcome all to the chat if you're in there. So I'm going to start off on basics. Now, there's been loads of videos online regarding New World and the beta testing and how-tos and what to do and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start afresh, and I'm going to give a little hints and tips on the game. I'm not going to give absolutely everything away, but I'll do as much as I can to help you guys on the new game. Anyway, let's have a look. Let me just get this started for you. It's what? Oh, really? It's on pause. Why is it on pause? Oh, it says a massive delay. Oh, okay, all right. Anyway, as you know, on this channel there is no no editing, no cuts, no gadgets and gizmos going on. I've got hey, Relentless, how you doing, brother? Crayons, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the chat. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a problem here, so it's almost like I'm starting afresh. I had to start the new Streamlabs and slobs and all sorts of other bits and pieces. To get me up and running again. So I'm going to need you guys' support in the channel. Just let me know what's going on. I've got my technician here who will be feeding me information. Yeah, I've gone all upgraded now. I've got a technician. 13 years in the making. Right, let's get this started. Okay, so now I've played this quite a bit, but because of the downtime and the patch times, it'll be like 6 hours downtime, 4 hours downtime, 2 hours downtime. It just didn't seem right to stream it. It wouldn't do the game as justice because it just kept on going down, and there's big hoo-has about it. Why are you patching this? Why are you patching that? It's a beta. The reason why we have access to the beta is because it's our job to play the game fully, explore every single bit that we can within the short time period, and report back to Amazon and say to them, yo, this is broken, this happened, that happened, this is not working, you know, that's not quite right. And also to give positive feedback where you can say, do you know what, I've got a brilliant idea, I don't know if you can fit this in, but if this happened, if that happens, if you do that, this happens. Now, I know that some of the feedback that I've given has been received quite positively by Amazon, which is great. I'll tell you as we go along on the game. Yeah, so, you know, if you do have a chance to play a beta, just take it easy. Do constructive criticism. That works always the best. Don't go, the game's shit, the game's dead, this is that, this and that. You know, it just doesn't help anyone. Anyway, enough of my ranting. Right, let's move on to the game. So I'm going to start a new character. What you'll see when I go onto the next screen are the two characters that I've made. One of them's I think a level 30, and the other one's a level something else or another, but that was me just testing out different servers. When one went down, I'll then hop to another one. When that one went down, try and hop to another one. It didn't always work out, but it got me. Hey, how you doing, Centenary? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Not a name that I recognise unless you're undercover. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Okay, so I hit continue. As you see, I've got two of the greybeards, obviously. Got to be a greybeard. I was tempted to put a greybeard on my Luna. Now, Luna, I had a lot of inspiration from my moderator, Bella Queen there, for the hairstyle and the eyes. So she's there in the game, although she's not in the channel at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a character, and hopefully I can get away with this. just go to anyone. Yep, I understand. And you'll get the cutscene, and that's all yours to enjoy. With my ugly head in the corner. Let's see if I can get rid of that. It's very Warhammer, this introduction. Hey Shy Blue, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, my dear.
The stories you've heard, they don't tell the whole truth. The island is indeed the place of legend. There's power and vast riches as well. But those who've gone before you have simply vanished, never heard from again. I saw the horror, the madness that overcame the crew. It was beyond any evil the world has ever known. How I survived, I do not know. The contents of this box are not of this world. They will guide you to that one, wherever and whatever that may be. Go then, Captain. Chart your course and your fate. I will say a prayer for the souls of your crew.
Okay, so as part of the introduction, guys, thank you for joining me. You'll know you come to the character creation screen, which is quite nifty. So in the middle of a introduction, a cutscene, you get to choose what your character looks like. Now, I'm not going to go crazy. Stand by. How about if I go down a bit? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Now, any better? Better? Not better? Yes, no? Not better. Bugger. I knew something had to go wrong. Right, okay. So you come to the character creation screen, just turn that down, and then turn myself. Is that any better? Can you hear me better over the... I think you can, because my levels seem to be alright. Okay, so during the cinematic you get to choose what your character looks like. If you checked out the previous stream, you'll know that the characterization, customization isn't that deep. I'll go through two things. So we've got body type. Now body type usually in games will say to you, you know, are you a large build, slim build, medium build, top heavy, bottom heavy, that sort of thing. But on this game it goes female and male. Now one little thing that I quite liked about this was the non-binary essence to it, which is quite clever. So you can have your person with a beard and just choose whoever you want to be, and also I'll show you another bit as well, but that's deeper into the game. So I'm going to go for a normal looking grey beard. Let's go for body type. Faces, got to get rid of that beard first. Where's the beard? Facial hair, right. I like a nice big beard, and it's got to be grey. Got to get that hairstyle sorted as well. Got to have a Mohican. Let's have a Mohican type thing. Where's Mohican? This guy? We need to go a bit greyer than that. Here we go. Skin tone. As you can see, it's not great. It's It's got enough for variation, but not great enough. Definitely Arctic. Hey Arctic, how you doing? Much appreciated. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about the in-game one or my beard. It's definitely is grey enough. Yeah, so it's not massive, but it's enough for enough for people. Hairstyles, quite a lot of them. There's no slider bar, so you can't adjust the heights or the length or the shades or anything like that, apart from the actual natural colour of it, which you can even have red if you like. But since we're a greybeard of the greybeard family, we are going with a greybeard and grey hair. Eye colour. Let's go a bit of hazel. You can spin your character around by using the right mouse button and dragging. He looks too youthful. I'm sorry about this, but if you're going to play an MMO, your character has got to represent something that either yourself or something that you like, basically. But that is too youthful. If you look at my face, it's not very youthful. So let's have a look at faces there. I want quite an oldie one. Oh, that's a bit too old. Ooh, nose hair. Nose hair, which is good. So we'll go with that. Scars, gotta have a scar. It's got to be a quite prominent one as well. There we go. How about one across the eye? Yeah, perfect. Features, and another nice thing that you don't often see in games is here. So we're going to features at the moment. We've got the freckles, sparse freckles, dotted freckles, but this one here, which I quite like, represents birthmarks or something to do with your skin, which is really quite nice because it makes these sort of things just natural and normal. It's not like shock horror. It's all good. It's all good. We've got also this one here. Now I've forgotten what the name of that is, but I think it's brilliant, and it just shows how today's society is advancing and progressing in games. I think that is brilliant, and there's another little brilliant thing that I'll show you in a sec when we get inside the game. So we're going to go with tattoos. Now, unfortunately, tattoos are only face-based at the moment. Now, I thought I could take a tattoo and then I could drag it and move it around to wherever I wanted, maybe on the back, maybe on the arms, but at the moment, it's just stuck on the face. I'm quite happy with that. Right, let's go. Let's see if I can put this again. It might say it's taken. There we go. Name's about Junior. Nope, can't do that. Alright, let's go for Loopy Greybeard. Or as some of my viewers will say. There we go. Great character. Yeah. Okay, you can't change your name or appearance, that's fine. Ooh, here we go. In the middle of a raging sea, here we go. No. There we go. That wasn't very long at all. Now, some of the servers you can actually get straight into. Other type servers, quite high density populated servers, take longer to get in. Now, that hasn't been the case with the 2 servers that I've been on. I've got 12 achievement awards already. Now, it must be because I'm using my same account. Let's just hit those. Okay, so the first thing you'll be introduced to is how to play the game. It is very important for people that... You can't hear the game that much. There's not much sound going on at the moment. Can you hear the waves? Do you want me to turn the waves up? Yeah, it's not registering much on the sound scale there, buddy. A little bit. You can hear it just in distance, but my voice is more important. Sorry, that's my technician talking to me right now. Okay, so really important for everyone to be included. Able to pick this game up. If you have never played an MMO before, here we go. You've got the natural movement keys, which is WASD, which is on the top of the screen. Just get rid of that. My first indication that I've got to do something is a little golden arrow pointy diamond thing. Okay, draw my weapon, X. Block using the right mouse button. Attack using the left mouse button. Left shift dodge. And hold your left mouse button for a strong attack. If you just tap the left mouse button, it's a light attack. Hold it down, strong attack. Okay, so let's talk.
You, come closer. Your captain needs you. There's something wrong. I'm not feeling right.
How's the sound levels? How's the sound levels? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
That devil storm.
Put the game a bit higher.
What in the nine hells?
Alright.
And where is my box? I need my box. Did you take it? You build rat.
Okay. Right, I don't have the box, that's
Something
my
isn't
answer.
right. To come so close. It's not fair. What's happening to me? I can't die. Not like this.
Accept the quest. Okay, so the letter E, collect stuff. Tab button, all this is self-explaining. I'm just saying it because it's on the screen, so I'm just reading it. Press the tab button to go into my inventory. Press number 3. And I eat something, slowly regaining health. Alright, so we got our basic movement keys, back, forward, left, right, we've got the dodge, we've got the attack, everything else. Now this is what we call the prologue. Basically it's teaching you how to play the game to a certain extent. Spacebar's jump, that doesn't go away if you jump. It only goes away when you get to a certain point. And just a reminder on the left hand side where my big head is, there's another option that comes up that tells you, just reminds you what the keys are for attack and all that stuff. So I'm going to go straight in with a block with my shield. A couple of heavy strikes. Timing the block. There we go. First person dispatched. Now what you'll notice just through ages of playing these sort of games is that we're in a vast expanse here with quite a lot of detail. So you've got to be thinking, is there something tucked away somewhere? And there is. It's nothing special, don't worry, it's not like a super duper sword or shield or anything like that, but it's just something that a lot of people overlook, and I'll show you why it's quite useful in the next couple of minutes. So we're going for an attack again. I'm going to go straight in with a heavy attack. Wait for the block. Now I got to remember where it is. It might be on the next section. I can't quite remember. Let's try on the next section. There's more boats. Okay, so it's telling me now hit the space button and the W key, and we'll climb. Climb over objects. And it doesn't mean every single object. There are still things that you can't climb up to or jump over. Alright, so we've got to go with the shield now. Now it's telling me that a heavy attack will disrupt anyone with a shield. And there we go, we've got our first level up. Now for those new to this sort of game, basically, because we started off with a sword and shield, but as you progress, and not that far, you get to choose your different weapons. If I hit the K button, because I'm using a sword and shield, and if I keep on using a sword and shield, I'll get better at using a sword and shield, therefore I'll unlock a lot more stuff. Now the sword and shield comes as one, because you do shield bashes or whatever, it doesn't just separately boost your shield skill, it comes as a package. Right, so I'm going to choose, first of all I'm going to go for my shield. Shield bash, like a bit of a shield bash. And we go back. If I can just show you, if I press the K button, and go to Weapon Mastery. This is a selection of weapons that you can handle. We've got the one-handed weapons here on the left-hand side, and just underneath my big head, I can't move that, can I? Is a hatchet. If I just quickly go, woo, there you go. You can see the hatchet just here. Move myself back. Modern technology, fantastic. Spears are two handy weapons, and that's a goddamn shame that you can't use a spear and a shield, because that would have been my jam right there, definitely. Great axe, warhammer, all two-handed weapons, and you've got your ranged weapons, your bow, and a very, very, very cool musket. And for you mages and magic users, we've got fire staffs, life staffs, and an ice gauntlet, which is very, very, very tasty. What else I'm going to show you on here would be, it's not attributes, was it on bio? Okay, let's get past the prologue first before I can actually do anything. Now, I was talking about little clever bits, little hidden things. So if you just come over here, now you notice that we're surrounded by sea, which is naturally salt water. However, in this little hidden place here, we find fresh water. There we go. So I'm going to collect about 100 of these. Not bad, because it's 10 at a time, but not a lot of people would show you that on a stream. You saw it here first, and this isn't, the game isn't even started yet, but if you look around this vast expanse with a lot of detail, usually developers will put a little something somewhere. Now I've probably exposed it, they'll probably take it away, but it might make the final version, it might not. However, there is a reason why I'm doing this. Just collect some more. Like I said, I'm going to collect around about 100 of them. Don't really need 100, but why not? Hey, English Eagle. I know. Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat, my dear brother, English Eagle. Okay, the equals button. It's going to get me to run automatically with no hands. And I can still guide it, and I don't have to press the W button. Now, I really was expecting to find something in amongst this lush greenery here, but to no avail. Unless I've missed it. It just looks too good not to have anything in there. But I couldn't find anything, so we'll crack on. Okay, so you've reached the beginning, the end of the prologue, the end of the beginning. There you go. You've reached the end of the beginning. We're actually going to start the game now. So you've had your little runabout. You know how to use the keys. You know how to use combat, which is probably 90%. No, let's bring that back. 80% of the game. You can see, hopefully the stream will show that the graphics are absolutely beautiful. Very, 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 very nice indeed. On the top right hand corner, I've got my quest list. If I press map, doesn't work here because I haven't even started the game. We come up to this dude here. Looks familiar, huh? Nice.
Now I know the island's secret. Now I know true power.
I'm going to try and take it down pretty quick without taking a massive beating. But as you notice, when I block, you see my little yellow endurance bar go down. Let me just show you that again. Yeah, the heavier the strike, the more it goes down. And there he goes, he stunned me. Throw a couple of heavies in there. And you don't have to finish him off, it's just showing you what might go on later on. Looks awesome, that 28 is doing some good work. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's amazing what you find laying around, English, if you know what I mean. Now we enter the main game. Now, anyone that's played an MMO before, this will be nothing unusual. Nothing unusual at all. And you see what I'm talking about. I won't bother about claiming the rules because they are from the previous account. Alrighty, so we're on a vast expanse here. And the first thing that we notice is up on the top corner, oh, top of the screen, up here, we notice that we've got a compass. Now the compass will show a lot of things, and a lot more things will actually go on it as you advance through the games, especially if you upgrade your tracking ability, and I'll speak a lot about that later on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going into this game, playing as a fresh character, and then showing you a few bits and pieces, but then switching to another character that's a lot more advanced and show you where you can go with that, just to open it up a bit. Right, so first thing I'm going to do, I see number 1 on my compass, and I see number 1 on the right hand side. I know that quest relates to that compass mark, so the first thing I'm going to do is head towards it. Now, if I wasn't streaming, what I'll be doing, I'll be collecting everything that I can see, like the rocks and things like that, because they're bloody handy. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do it. This is what I like. I like collecting shit. This is what we've got here. Hands in the bush. Now, you'll notice with the bushes, they like their hands to be used to go through them. And what I'm collecting here is green wood. That's like a 0 tier resource. So I picked up some flint, I've picked up some wood, and I'm going to go and speak to this dude. Now, this guy here, Charity Douglas, depending on 5-finger discount. Depending on what server you choose, the layout will be the same. However, this guy here changes. Now, I didn't notice that until I chose 2 different servers. Oh, wait, that's not the same dude. He was dressed differently, he talked differently, and also he had a different name.
Another survivor.
In fact, the
Saints
he
be
is a
praised.
she in this one,
It's
which I
always
never knew.
good to find a live one. That storm was fierce. Figured it would drown the lot of you.
Now, if you're expecting a deep conversation with the NPCs, it's not going to happen. Okay, so we get like these, you know, three words answers. Who are you?
Me? Oh, I'm Charity. Watcher Douglas. From the Monarch's Bluff settlement. And who do I have the pleasure of meeting today?
I am Loopy Greybeard.
Well, no, this isn't the best way to make an acquaintance, but it's actually the way most people arrive here. I suppose you're still wondering where here is.
Okay, so for my reward for surviving, I got myself a pair of shoes.
You've washed ashore on the Isle of Eternum. It's hard for me to even remember the old world these days, but I know it was very different.
Okay, what's so different about
On
Eternum?
the good side, we generally don't ever age or die here. At least, not in any natural way. On the bad side, there's what happened with the rest of your crew.
What happened to them? 'Cause I don't know.
Well, see, they came back to life, but without their souls.
Terrible.
They're wandering around the beach all aimless-like. The kind thing is to at least try and put them down for good. Would you mind?
Okay, for this quest, I'm going to get some duelist pants. Now, if you notice during that whole dialogue there, I had certain things pop up, like the K button. Now, the K button will open my general tabs, which is bio, attributes, weapon mastery, trade skills, and achievements. Now, if I go to attributes, which I'm on already, per level, I'll get, I think, 2 to 3 available. Now, the clever thing about this, and it's designed in a way that anyone can pick it up. Now, if you're new to this sort of game, and not just in MMO, but like these role-playing games, these adventure games, you wouldn't necessarily know that a bow requires dexterity. Now, us seasoned people that have played these games before, in every single game, if you want to increase your bow skill, you're going to have to increase your dexterity. Now, they usually go for like thieves and rogues and things like that. They love a bit of dexterity, especially with like stilettos and blades and things like that. But however, this game breaks it down really, really, really simply. So let's say I'm using sword and shield. The game's actually telling me, you know what, if you want to get better at your sword and shield, keep on using it, but add more strength. The strength will give you a more powerful hit. The same goes for spears and muskets. It's also got a secondary skill as well. Now, what I did notice is that if you're combining two types of characters, it's quite hard to explain. Like, back in the old days, you have your rogue, your warrior, your fighter, your cleric, your mage, wizard type thing, and you'll have a certain weapon set and a certain skill set. However, in this game, you can mix and match to whatever you really fancy. Obviously, you're going to do a hell of a lot better with a mage with some sort of staff, definitely. However, with this one here, so let's look at, what do I use? I use this one here. Okay, so I usually go for a rapier and a musket. Now, if you notice here, it's got the rapier here. I can increase the skill of the rapier. Now, if I just press number 5 here, so I've got 2 points available, which is up here, and I hit dexterity, you'll notice that this doesn't go up because I'm not using a sword, idiots. Right, here's the sword. If I press this one here, you notice that it will go up as I increase it. Yeah, that's the attack damage on the right hand side. So what's that going up by? 82, 83, 84. And also for the sword and shield. That is what I didn't understand. So for the sword and shield, dexterity really didn't do anything, and strength did. Now, in normal rules, the strength increase will always increase your sword skill, always. But what I ended up doing in this game was because it said the rapier here, and the rapier here, and the musket here, and the musket here, I went, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my points equally between dexterity and intelligence. But it didn't necessarily make a difference. We'll experiment a bit more. What it did make a big difference was each time I put some points in dexterity when I was using my musket or my rapier, this would go up by 2 or 3 points. Now, we're going to stick with sword and shield for this game. So I'm going to commit the 2 points I've just spent. Constitution will increase your health, how much damage you can take. Focus and intelligence, usually for your wizards, your mages in there. So, is there much magical stuff in there? Yes, there is. There is actually 3 different types of mage, if you like, in here. They all can be fighter mages as well. Here we've got Fire Staff. We've also got this very, very cool Ice Gauntlet, which actually fits onto the player's hands and projectiles come out of it. They can also summon like an Ice Spear. Now, I'm not a mage person, to be honest, but I've seen a lot of people play the mage inside the game, especially when we're doing raids and things, and they conjure up these totems which fire out bits and pieces. Very, very cool stuff. Always handy to have a mage in your group, definitely. Anyway, so that's it. So when I commit, I'm locked in. However, I think until level 20, you can respec as many times as you want. So I can respec. There we go. Respecs are free until level 20. Really handy to know, because as you go through just this beginning bit, and this is like the playground area, you'll come across quite a few different weapons. Now, the reason why you get them so early is so that players can choose what they want to use, what they feel comfortable with, throw things away they don't want, try something else without having too much of a penalty. Unfortunately, here you can't do anything with your weapon mastery. Once it's locked in, it's locked in. If I even try to respec it, I'm still got 1 point in sword and shield, so I might go, you know what, I'm not really interested in that. I can't then transfer my sword and shield skill over to spear or bow or whatever. So you know, if you're hoping you could do that, you can't. That's gone. It's gone. You know. But it's always handy to have at the moment a bit of power, a bit of skill. I'm going to go back to my shield bash point because I will come up against enemies. Right, let's get out of here. Okay, just like every other game, you've got your waypoints. Now, my quest is to investigate the shipwreck marks on your map. Now, I don't need to teach you to do that, alright? You guys can do that. Yeah, it's follow the waypoint, keep on going until that thing goes down to 0. It's at 145 meters. This stream is not about, you know, going through all the quests and this is how you do this, how you do that with the quest. It's about the other bits and pieces that you might be interested in. So you thought, Lupin, why did you collect the water first thing? I'll let you know. And I've just started collecting. No one's told me to start collecting bushes, but I'm going to do it anyway. And also you'll find these things here. They're little notes or books laying around the area. It's massive. There are so many to collect. I don't tend to read them, but that's just me. So I'm lazy and I press the T button. And it puts it straight into my journal. If I want to read my journal at a later stage, I can hit the J button and go through it there, but not for me. I'm not very learned. Another thing that you'll find are these crates, these sparkly crates. They come in various different sizes and various different styles. You can get alchemist crate, supply catch, provisions. You just press the E button, and unlike other games, you don't have to hold down the E button to do much. You just hit it, let it go, and it will do its bits and pieces. So we've discovered so far that we've got bushes. We put our hand in a bush. Thoroughly enjoyable. And we come across some other stuff. Let's have a look what else we've got here. We've got a young tree, but no equipped axe. If I go back over here, now, like I said before, no one's told me to do this actually in the game. I've told myself to do this, but if I go over to fire, I've got a choice of either take a rest. There you go, I'm fully rested. Or I can craft. Now, what you've noticed is that there's been no instructions to say, you know, build this, do that, collect this, collect that. That's just me. But what I've gained access to right now is a whole load of crafting things. So I'm going to craft one of each. Why not? Now what this does for you, it just gives you a little bit of a head start. So I collected some wood, I collected some flint. By the way, when you're collecting, like, when you're making tools that you want to keep, just hit the set active tool thing. It's very easy, and I fell foul to this as well. It's very easy to go, this thing ain't working, it's busted, it's shit, it's crap, because nothing's working. Okay, and I'll show you the reason why. I'll make that in a second. Very cool fishing rod. So you notice that I made the actual tools with the bits that I've just collected just now. And I'm going to show you something else in a second. Right, so I've collected the bits. Now if I go up to a... Have we got this... where's my trees? Okay, let's stop that. And let's reset that. Right, and let's pretend I didn't set them as tools. Yeah, let's just say I've made them and they're in my inventory. I'm a sort of, hey, how you doing, Melanie? Long time no see. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Lovely, lovely Mel. Okay, so, alright, so I've just made them and I've gone up to a tree and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to chop this tree down. Let's go. What do you mean? Okay, so nothing's happening. I know I've got it in my inventory because I can see it right there. I try and put it in my hands. That's not going to happen. I'm like, okay, what have I got to do? What have I got to do? There's no hotbar at the bottom of the screen. You notice that there's no hotbar at the bottom of the screen, like a. Sorry, I've got to get rid of that. There we go. There's no hotbar at the bottom of the screen, like a hell of a lot of other games where, you know, your numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will show you what weapons you've got, or what tools to use, or anything like that. But this one doesn't have it. What's really nice about this game is that you don't have to do too much fussing. So if I press the tab button, which opens my inventory, hey, Miss Bella Q. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. It's nice to see Miss Bella Q and Mel in the same channel again. Many moons ago. Best of buddies. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. If you didn't know that Miss Bella Q is my lovely moderator. Welcome back. Right, so I've just made all the tools and I'm like, I can't use them. So what you need to do is drag them down to the appropriate slot. That's all you need to do. Basically, anything that turns up on your inventory, you click, you drag, or you right click. Very important. You right click and you equip. Okay, so now I've got a whole load of tools, and I've also got 2 more attribute points. And I'm going to stick with sword and shield. I think that's me. Actually, I'm going to put some in some constitution. Remember, constitution means greater health bar. Okay, so now no, not bushes, because bushes use my hand. But now if I walk up to a tree, I don't need to actually do anything. I've got them in my inventory. I just hit the E button. I'm not holding anything. Now, it's taking a little bit of time because I am new to using an axe. Apparently, I'm new to using an axe. But what you will see is my XP goes up for not only my experience points in general at the bottom of the bar, the yellow thing, where's my thingy? Down here. But also, if I press the K button and go to trade skills, you notice that my logging level has gone up. Now, the reason why these escalate, obviously the more things you can cut, the more things you can chop, the more things you can mine, the more fish you fish, harvesting, all sorts of things, your level will go up, and that will give you access to higher tier nodes, bigger and better trees, bigger and better rocks with different things in them, gold, silver, platinum, star metal, all sorts of things. So if you're into crafting, which we hopefully all are, because I'm a big crafting nerd, why not spend some time in the safe area? You're not missing out on anything. You are not missing out on anything. But what harm would it do by just chilling, exploring the island a bit, well, this little bit here, but also taking as much gear as you want. If you look at the bottom of the screen, just near the axe symbol, you see a little backpack symbol. Now, obviously, that will go up. If I press the tab button, excuse me, on the screen, you'll see that it's 23.7 out of 200. That's not a great deal if you're carrying a lot of wood, but remember, you're only using it to level up your trade skills. That's the only reason why you're doing it at the moment. You can keep it by all means. And the same thing goes for your tracking skills. So this is a dead pig. I'm just going to press the E button here. Now, I didn't need to activate any sort of heuristic looping. I was taking his sword and shield. Very enlightened. What? Missed it. You can take it. I've just seen what you... Sorry, my eyesight's not getting great. Thank you very much. Yes, I was talking about my sword and shield, taking it out. And hands in the bush also, but that is nothing new to Miss Bella Q. She's heard it all before and probably just rolling her eyes. Yeah. Okay, so I've gone for harvesting here. Now, this guy's killed this boar. I'm going to steal it off him, hopefully. There we go. Once you've activated the node, so I'm harvesting at the moment, nothing else can stop me from harvesting. So this guy can't then come along and start harvesting with me. As you see, he's very pissed off because I've just stolen his shit. But he doesn't realise that I'm doing it for the benefit of the stream. I'm doing it for science. Yeah, look, we can kill together. And also, in these early stages, you'll see that sign pop up in the top right-hand corner. It's because... Let me just show you something. It's because I accidentally hit this guy. I didn't do him no harm. I didn't do him any damage. But it's just saying to you, dude, you're not up for PvP. And that can be activated later on. But a little sign will come up if you hit another player. Doesn't do anything. It's just telling you that you're not ready for PvP yet. Okay, so we've explored a tree. We know how to harvest meat. Or we know how to steal as well, which is more important. Stealing other people's kills. And I'll just take you through the trade skills in a sec. Like I said before, if you just joined us on this stream, it's not a mission by mission stream. All I'm doing is giving you a few hints and tips to get you ready and have that little bit of advantage when the actual official release happens in August 31st, I think. I'm not too sure. So about a month away. So the stream, the beta will be ending in a couple of days. And this is just hints and tips how to get you that bit further, and just the beginning bit, to be honest. So I'm going to take you through to the trade skills. Okay, now a lot of people, you know, they're into weaponsmithing, armoring, and usually cooking. Now there's got lots of different things in here, and you know what? Nothing is stopping you apart from your time to master all of them, and that is a beautiful thing. There is no restriction on what you can learn. I basically, and I'll show you on my other character, the character that's inspired by the beautiful Miss Bella Q. She'll know, if when I log onto the character, she'll immediately know why I have inspired by Miss Bella Q on that character. Yeah, there's loads of trade skills on here. These are your gathering ones on the right hand side here. So you log in, how many trees can you cut down, what level trees you can cut down. Mining, that's for your level 0 rocks and iron, I believe. Your fishing, you can catch anything with fishing. I've even caught chests with, that's treasure chests with fishing. Tracking and skinning, basically when you kill an animal, you skin it, you take its meat, you might get a rarity with it, but you also take its fur, which then you can process it later on to make different things. Harvesting goes really well with cooking and arcana. Also goes with furnishings as well, just because of the skins that you provide. Logging and furnishings go together, but saying that, so does mining. Because mining, you collect the metals to make the rivets, to put in the wood, to make whatever you want. So you look at logging and mining and harvesting. No, sorry, logging, mining and tracking for furnishing. Cooking is harvesting and fishing. Arcana is harvesting, and harvesting is its main one. Yeah, harvesting is its main one. Jewel crafting is mining and harvesting, because you can get special nodes to increase the potency of your jewelry making. Now jewelry can have different attributes on it, and I'll show you that in the other character. Engineering is fantastic for things like muskets, your tools that you actually harvest with. I think there's some staffs in there. There's also proficiency tonics, which basically if you make this tonic and drink it, the amount of stuff that you gather can increase. I'll show you those as well later on. Armoring, you're looking at logging for handles, logging? For some reason it does use wood. You're looking at mining, and you're looking at tracking, and also stonework. You're logging, mining, tracking, for armoring. Weaponsmithing is also logging for handles. My apologies, for handles. Metal for the actual bits. Sometimes you might use skins for handles as well, little grips. And also harvesting for different attributes. Again, you can add onto your weapons. Refining, that's basically taking the materials that you've gathered and making them usable. So if I'm using mining, I'm collecting iron. I can't just use a hunk of iron and make a weapon out of it. I've got to refine it. So then I go on to smelting. Yeah, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Let's get on with this. Okay, so I've increased my my tracking as well. Now, what was with tracking? When you level up tracking, what happened on the top bar, which was usually just up here, you begin to have the ability to actually track stuff. So if I'm hunting boars, let's say I've killed 500 of them or 20 of them, whatever it takes, I'll get the ability as a level up to track boars. And what will happen on the top of the screen where your compass is, where you see the number 1 is now, that's almost like tracking a quest, except a little picture of a boar will turn up. So if I saw that boar here, it will turn up there, and basically you can track stuff. You can do that with precious metals as well, and also plants such as hemp, which you make fibers out of, and other bits and bobs, and also special collection nodes, which I'll show you, because me just saying special collection nodes, it means nothing to you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's a special collection node? Okay, so here we go. We're going to go, and this is going to take, if you didn't have a sickle with you, you wouldn't be able to collect this. We've got hemp. Now hemp is the world's natural fibre. In this world here is a natural fibre, and that will level up as you progress. This is a level 0 fibre, which I think is used up to level 50 maybe. And you notice my harvesting's gone up. It's taking a lot longer to harvest just these fibres, but as you progress it gets faster, and there's also tools that makes it even faster still, and there's also perks within the world, which if you join a faction, to make it even faster. Increase the amount that you gather, increase the speed that you gather, also increase the chances to find special things, special bits and pieces that come with the herbs, special bits and pieces that come with fibre, special things that come with iron, special, you know, rocks and things like that. You get special bits. So there's not only the natural resource that you get from the herbs, which is this blue stuff here. What's it called? Hyssop. You can also get things like other sort of, like ginger and garlic and peppercorns, and just depending on how your level is, where you are in the world, because each node is different. Although slightly different, it might look the same. You might get different stuff. So what you need to do is go out and explore to see. Right, I really need peppercorns. You know, I can't find any here. Let me go to the neighbouring part of the world and see what I get from the herbs there. Another bit which I just want to indicate there is I've done hardly any fighting. The boar is cute. What? This one here? Yeah, you're right. Very cute. Right, yeah, so I picked up some herbs. I was just hoping that I might have got something special in there. Okay, now I've just come up to these trees. These are the next level trees up, which require 50 levels in logging in order to harvest them. So it does make sense. Just spend a little bit of time out here. There is no rush. There is no rush now. I see a load of people, as soon as they've finished these quests here, they're off, sort of thing. And then they complain, you know, I'm struggling for resources. I can't find this. I can't find that. On this little place here, I didn't Shy Blue. Honestly, I didn't. What you see didn't really happen. Look, he's alive and well. Look, right here. There he is. There, see? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so go and spend some time here, just so you don't have to battle for it. There's loads and loads and loads of resources here. So far I've taken you through hemp, which is your fibre, your herbs, and your wood, your low-level wood. Let's try and find something else for you to have a look at. Have we looked at the notes, which you just press the T button, unless you like reading. The bushes, which require no skill whatsoever and no tools. I'm trying to find a rock node for you. See what I mean? There is loads. Now, once you go into past this this area here, this little playground for you, you notice that resources become a little bit more hard to find, and just depending on your level and your experience, they might be a bit tricky. They might be protected by enemies, I guess. Okay, you notice there I found peppercorns and hyssop, and that's just on the starter level, which is great. So just depending on what sort of tool that you, and I'll go on to, you know, what you can do with your tool. It's not that kind of show. What you can do with your harvesting. Oh look, that's it. Boar blood and pork and rawhide. So I actually found something special within that little, just on the start thing. So that would be great for alchemy. Now let's try and find a rock. So flint, very useful. Especially if you're going for muskets, flint's very good for making gunpowder. Now I'm trying to find a bloody rock. Now I see these big rocks here. I'm trying to find a small rock. Any small rocks anywhere? Loads and loads and loads of herbs. Like I said, depending on what server you start on, will depending what this first bit will be. Now, on the last two servers that I started on, this wasn't the same, which is great, absolutely great. Alright, so enough of that harvesting of that. I'm trying to find some rocks somewhere. Ah, there we go, right. Once again, I don't need to do anything, I just highlight it and make sure you highlight what you want to harvest, because there's nothing more annoying that you want to go on and do your stuff and you think you're going to, right, I'm hitting the rock, and then you pick up flint. So make sure it's highlighted before you press the E button. I know it sounds, you know, everyone should know that, but sometimes it doesn't. You're like, well, hold on, how come I'm harvesting, you know, the bushes around there and not the actual rock itself? As you can see, this person here wanted some rock business, but you can't, because once you're harvesting, you actually get locked in to the node unless you are attacked by another player or by their enemy. And look, we are, you know, we've got, what level are we now? Let's have a look, what level am I? Let's see, what level am I? I don't even know what level I am. Okay, level 3. I'm level 3 at the moment, and I haven't done anything. What I've done is, I've done some harvesting, I've done some crafting. Now that's quite an easy way to level up. If you're not the sort of person that likes a bit of a fight, or wants to play PvP or anything like that, just to go about their own business and their own time, and you love crafting, it's still a viable way of leveling up. If you just want to chill, remember, after this game comes out of beta, when it comes out efficiently, there is really nothing stopping you from taking your time. Now, I had to literally power level myself through this because I only had a short period of time to review it and beta test it. So I just plowed through it when there wasn't like 6-hour downtime, because if you guys, you don't know that, you know, the reason why we're doing this is to improve the game, hopefully ready for launch. So each time, you know, problems would turn up, they would collect about 50 of these problems, put their heads down, create a patch, and then take the servers off for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. Recently it's been going down to 2 hours, hence why I haven't been really streaming it, just because there was lots of little things you needed to iron out, and they're getting there slowly. Don't get me wrong, they're getting there slowly. Don't listen to all the shit that's being slung about this game. You know, I'm not sponsored by Amazon whatsoever. Well, I am, aren't I? Really, because I'm a Twitch streamer. You know what I mean. They haven't said, you know what, you'll give us 5 stars or anything like that. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on every single game. And if you have been watching this channel for some time, you notice that no matter how shit the game is, I'll always speak about the positive things as well, because game making isn't easy. Game developing is not easy. Coding, not easy. Anybody that's out there that's done it, you know, it's hard stuff, and I just sometimes cringe at some of the stick they get, and it's not cool. Not cool at all. Anyway, what was I up to? So I've done that, done the trade crafts. Ooh, that's new. Never seen that before. What's that? Ooh, it's a bush. A different colour, a purple bush. That one's got a purple head. Right, let's go. And so I've done no fighting hardly whatsoever. Instead, I've leveled up. Again, what else do I want to show you in here? A nice other feature as well is that in your inventory box, everything is separated into their criteria. which I find is fantastic. No more of that searching each item going, oh, what can I use that for? You know what, in my inventory I'll put all the stuff doing with this trade over here and doing things over here, and that was an annoyance. So they listened. That's a time old problem, and now they've solved it. You know what, whatever you collect, we will put it in the right order for you, and that's great. For a lazy bugger like myself, it is fantastic because they've done all the hard work for you. And also, if you noticed on the actual items themselves, you'll see little Roman numerals, and it'll tell you the level of the item. Now that'll only come handy for when you increase your levels and you move on to level 2, level 3, level 4. You want high level stuff. You don't want to be a high level character and use inferior resources. Rightio, let's move on. Okay, so I collected some water at the beginning of the stream. For those that didn't just joined me, I collected some water very, very, very early in the stream, and I will show you why I collected that water. Now, not many streamers would have shown you that because they don't know. They don't take time to think and look. Just going, so the only task that I have been given so far by this dude is to, no, this girl in fact, investigate the shipwreck marked on your map. That's all. That is the only thing that I've been asked to do as a quest. But so far, we've done harvesting. We found out 5 different nodes. We've made some tools. And now we can craft a fishing pole because we found the fibers. They didn't tell us to find the fibers. We found them already. There we go. We've got a fishing pole. And you can set that as active to remember. If you're making tools for you to use, make sure you set them as active. And you just don't worry about them. But if you're making them to trade, then you want to go to the other option. If you want to go and sell them, you may go to the other option. Don't equip them, because once you equip them, you can't sell them. Here we go. So I collected water. And there's a reason for that. Is because this recipe here, that you're not supposed to know or learn or, excuse me, till later on, we can actually make some health potions. So if you're not very good at the game, or you know you're not very good at combat, now these are bloody useful because they replenish your health. And also, I've started. Yeah, I know, Bella. I know. I spent absolutely ages fishing. Right. And at the beginning, we haven't even gone past the playground stage, and I've already leveled up my login. I've already leveled up my mining. I've leveled up my tracking. I've leveled up my arcana, which nobody does, because nobody can find fresh water, because the island is surrounded by salt water. So you've already got one up than everyone else. Obviously, now they watch this stream, they're going to go, you know what, when I start a new character, I'm collecting that freshwater, fam. Right, let's move on. So I've already got some of these potions, and I can stick that into my hotbar. So when I hit number 4, I can heal. It's not a great deal of healing, but because you're low level, it's massive. Okay, let's go and do... What else can I show you that I thought was pretty cool? I told you about the compass at the top. It tells you how far away from your objective. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. I should have leveled up a bit more. I'll take you to it's not really a dungeon. It's basically just a cave. I've got to remember how to get in there first. So one thing you need to remember is obviously you're not just stuck with the sword and shield. As you go along the world, if you're not crafting them yourselves, you can find them. Oh, that's new. And that's the horrible stuff here that's taking over the whole of the world. Right, I don't actually know my way on this map. I've started 3 or 4 times brand new, and each time I've chosen a different server. And what I've noticed is the starting place of each of those characters that I've created has been different, which I think is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I can use a map. I'll head back up here. Look, let's just show you this person here. So this guy is rocking a two-handed axe and a bow. You can only have 2 active weapons at a time. 2 active weapons only, period. That's it. But then you're saying, well, why has he got a shield on his back? If you go to your... Oops, sorry. You hit the tab button and you go to your inventory, you notice that you've got your shield slot here. So I'll put the shield on. Now, no matter what I'm using, I would always have a shield equipped on my back. It doesn't give you any sort of increases if you're not actively using it. So this guy here is using a great axe here and a bow. I don't see any swords on his side. So basically that is just for show. It doesn't do any okay, no, that bot is doing what it's meant to do. Make Lupin think he's in charge. Same old Bella. Back to her usual trickery. Yeah, so that shield is doing absolutely no function whatsoever. It's just basically a cosmetic. If you was to equip a sword now, then it would actually come to function. But you can have any shield you want on your back if you think it looks cool. Yeah, it doesn't. A lot of people say, oh, you know what, it protects you from back attacks. No, it doesn't. It just looks good. What else can I show you here? So what was I doing? I was looking at the map, wasn't I? And I've got to get inside that zone there. Investigate the shipwreck marked on your map. I will go and investigate that shipwreck. Oh, should we do some fishing? Just another little thing I want to show you about the fishing. So, you know, no one's told us to make a fishing pole, and it'll be very rare that you see a dude around here with the fishing pole. Oh, I did it without doing it. Great, okay. Now, I just need to come up to any sort of water source. There are 2 types of water source in the game. It's freshwater and saltwater. The difference is you can drink fresh water, but you can't drink salt water. So I hit the F3 button, and that automatically equips my fishing rod if I've got one on me. And I've got an option here. I can just start fishing, or I can equip a bait by pressing R. Now what you find here, as you go on through the world, you could, while you're harvesting, you could find different bugs and different sort of types of bait, some better than other than catching fish. The 2 sections that you see there is saltwater and freshwater. As you can see, I've got 0 bait whatsoever. Nothing. However, I'm going to fish. So by using the left mouse button, you'll see that there's a bar. Just going to pull that back. There's a bar with a little slider. Yeah? So I'm just holding on to the left mouse button. Now ideally, not even ideally, because I don't think the fishing is working that well, or it's working absolutely fine, but it just feels like there should be another purpose to it. Let me just explain to you why. Okay? Let me put myself over here. Right, so I've got no bait on my hook whatsoever, right? And I am just going to flick the left mouse button. Literally just flick the left mouse button. Now what will happen is there's a float symbol that turns up, and when you strike, you'll notice that it will bobble up and down, just like in real float fishing. He says. Honestly, it does work. There you go. Right, so once I've caught it, once I've hit the left mouse button, when it said, you know, ready, get ready, you'll end up with this screen here. Now this, usually you can tell what sort of fish you got, because you can see there's no resistance in this whatsoever. So I know it's either going to be like an old leather boot or a really tiny fish, which it was. And you notice I didn't have any bait on my hook. Now let's show you, let's try and show you. Okay, didn't quite do it that time, never good at any slots. That's a further cast. Remember, I've got no bait on my hook. Would work with on your schedule like we did before, not sure just when I'm going yet. but I'm sure we'll catch up sometime. Okay, so it's bobbing, and you've got a little timer. You've got to hit the left mouse button in time with that. The bigger the fish, the more resistance. Now you notice, if I keep on hitting the left mouse button, I'm stretching the line to a point where it snaps. So what you've got to do, let me try and hit the bonus in this one. Nope, bring that back. Nope, missed it again. And if you look on the bottom right hand corner, you'll notice that each item that's on there has a endurance bar. How long will it last before it breaks? Now I've used it quite a few times and it's quite a cheap rod, so it's going to take a lot more damage. As you go up the levels, your rods get I just realised what I said there. Your fishing pole gets stronger. And once again, what you don't want to do is break your line. So let it release, let it go back a bit. The bigger the fish, the bigger the fight. You just really want to tire it out. Give your rod a good old pulling, but you don't want to pull too hard in case you break it. There you go. And do you know what's so funny about this right now? Is I've just caught a medium squid. On my other character is one of the quests is to catch a medium squid, and I leveled up 18 levels. I leveled up 18 levels of fishing trying to catch this squid, and I still haven't caught this squid to this day. Now the reason why you catch a squid is that you harvest it. This is another thing I need to show you. But what you've noticed is that I haven't used any bait whatsoever. I haven't used any bait. I've made a rod and I'm leveling up my fishing skills without even I haven't even walked 10 meters in any sort of direction. I've caught myself I got myself a rare item off a boar. I've just caught a very, 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 very rare fish in salt water when I thought they were in fresh water. I don't think it matters, to be honest, which is awesome. Okay, so now we've got a selection of bits and pieces on our screen. I just want to show you here. So we've got the fishing here. I've just caught a fish. I have the option, if I right click, I can salvage that, and it will tell me what I may get from salvaging this fish. I might get a fish fillet, or I might get some oil. I've got a fish fillet, which I'd use in cooking. If I harvest this squid, if I say salvage, okay, so it is broken. Yep, I'm happy about that. Okay, so it is broken. Okay, so usually if you harvest a squid, you'll get squid ink, which is a component for another quest that I was doing on my other character. So we've leveled up fishing, we've leveled up harvesting, we've literally leveled up everything, and we haven't moved. We've leveled up our sword and shield. I've told you about not needing bait for fish, and in certain zones you'll notice that there'll be a little fish sign on the map with maybe some stars by it, and then you see fish jumping out the water. That is basically, hold on, so just bear with me, I've got a feeling Bella's been mischievous again. Arctic Knight as well. Do you know what, when you get these three girls together, it's a nightmare. It's a streamer's worst nightmare and a streamer's pleasure, because they're both, all three of them are amazing ladies. Let's just see the muck that they're talking about. What are we fishing for? If you can't eat if you can't eat it for them, what can I say? Thank you very much, Belle. Welcome back. Missed you too. Yeah, of course, Miss Bella backing her up. Arctic Knight, Lupin has a strong pole. Oh, don't break that pole. Haha, did you get when he edits, I don't edit it, he will catch up with the chat and have a laugh. I'm laughing at it now, making that calamar croustillant. What? Watching your tutorials and being good. Yeah, whatever. Do you know what? I'm going to let you to a little secret here, and Mel will probably blush at this. When Mel first joined this channel, angelic, seriously, angelic, beautiful, absolutely, serene. And then she got hold of Miss Bella and Arctic, and they all started hanging out together. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. And the transformation, I think, I personally, and this ain't taking the piss, I think it's beautiful because it just goes to show that sometimes people aren't too sure about other people online. I always say that this channel is always full of the best community ever. Seriously, man, woman, not so much child, because it's an 18 stream. It doesn't care what sex you are, doesn't care what your sexual preference is, what you like to be known as, it doesn't matter at all. It's such a good crowd, and I can owe this to all these people that are in the channel at the moment. Yeah, okay, yes, Bella and Arctic and Mel, you're all innocent. The only innocent one here is that lovely Shy Blue. And, obviously, the emerging cape, my technician for today. The amazing emerging cape. Right, anyway, let's get back on chat. These girls always do this to me. I'm distracted now. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Let's see if any of these guys were listening. What was I doing? I showed you about the fishing. I didn't have any fishing hooks. I made a rod. I started on my mission to be a better fisherman. I found a rare fish, found a rare potion thingy, done some rocks. Do you think it's time to change? Okay, right, okay, so let's have a look here. This is what we've got so far. We've got low-level weapons, got some foods. Oh no, let me take you through to trading. I wonder if I can actually make it there. I've got to find my way to the main hub. Oh, I can explain the map. Okay, guys, so this is the map of Aeternum. Now you can see there's loads of different colours here. We've got this goldy colour here, the green colour here, and the purple colour here. Now, for those who don't know, New World isn't like every single MMO that's out there. It's got a bit of a twist of it. So each one of these is a faction. We've got the Marauders. We've got, who else are there? I don't know, because I'm always a Marauder. We've got the wizardy type guys, and also you've got the scientific guys. I'll show you who they are in a sec. Where are they? It usually says these are owned by whoever. I don't even know who they are. I don't really care because I don't do magic or anything like that. I'm a warrior. I head for the Marauders. But I can show you inside the game what they're actually like. Okay, let's head off to the town. Go to the map. Okay, so we got the map. And I am here by my little arrow, and my objectives will also come up on the map too. Here's number 1, where number 1 should be. Now you'll notice that in each one of these zones, which I highlight, there is a town. And what you can do as a group, you can't really do it solo, is you can take over that town. You can manage that town. You can own that town and all the people in it. Now depending on how you govern that town, will depending how many people come and visit and stay and trade and use the woodworking and the metalworking and the ironworking stuff in order for you to build up your funds. Each one of these little towns has an area, and inside that area you'll find the actual settlement, is where you find all your trading stuff and all your houses and where all the people usually have. It's like basically like a town. Then if we go further on, there'll also be a fort. Now the fort is directly linked with the guild that's taken over it. If it's not you, it could be someone else, which I'm having a bit of beef with in my other character with, because the utilities that I want them to upgrade, they're not upgrading. And I completely understand that there's only a short space of time to do it, so they're trying to burn through it. But it's almost like you're leaving the important people behind, which are your citizens. Now I've made a few suggestions when it comes to this to the developers, which is every person that becomes a citizen, which means that you buy a house inside one of these settlements and you're not tied down to any one of them. You could go anywhere on this map and say, you know what, I like the look of this island here, this area here, I'm going to live here, and then you can go there, buy a house if you've got enough money, or, you know, get familiar with the area. Now, on this map here, we can see that these guys, I don't know who these, oh, they've got like, look at that, they've got like my shield there, look. I can pretend, yes, they are members of the wolf pack, they're not really. But the green stands for Marauders, maybe that's a warrior type. It's governed by challengers, BIB, that's who they are, and they've taken over quite a lot of the map. And what will happen is, if they want to, let's say, they want to take over this bit of the map as well, then they will declare war on this keep here, and it'll be up to, who are these guys? Up to eternity to defend it, and we'll go in a bit more into that later. But here's your map generally, and you can see the walkways where to go and what you need to do. I'm heading to the first town, which looks like it's straight up. Like I said, I don't know this map because I've started on a new character, and each time I've started on a new server, the map's different. There's some sort of pathway here. Young tree. I told you about the boars and what you can do with them and how it increases. I wonder if I could kill enough. No, I'll show you on the next character. Got a long way to go. I'm not too sure if I'll make it. I don't think, if I stick to the pathways are usually safe ways to travel. However, you do sometimes get, you know, creatures on the left and right, sometimes just walking across the road, which may attack you. Look around. When you see things like broken down houses and tents and sheds, have a closer look. You never know what you might find. So I found a bit of a journal. That gave me 60 XP for just reading a note. Let's see what else is inside there. Anything to collect? You might find some supplies in there as well, which is very, very, very useful. Let's check there's nothing hidden behind here. So I'm just hitting the M button just to bring up my map. Ladies keep leaving a check for me. Thank you very much, Arctic. Once again, thank you so much for joining me on this stream. Really, really appreciate it. I've been away for a long time, and it's nice to see. It's like a welcoming committee. It's really, really, really nice. Gives me, you know, warms my heart. And you got the wolves. I won't attack the wolves or anything, but once again, you defeat the wolves, you get the XP, you get the fur, you get the meat, you might get something extra. If you're up for a bit of adventuring, then there is no restrictions from you going absolutely anywhere, but I must warn you that certain areas have certain level sets, which means that you could walk into a level 20 area where there's lots and lots of level 20 enemies around. They will devour you. Now, I recognise that noise. Somebody's harvesting. That's another lovely thing I like about this game, is that I can know someone's harvesting over here, because I can hear it echoing around the place. So I'm just trying to think back to when I first played this, and the sort of things that I weren't too sure about. Okay, if you're looking for crafting stations and things like that, go to a settlement and zoom right in. Everything has an icon, tell you exactly what everything is, so you will never, you know, get lost or anything like that. If you're looking for a certain type of, why have we got 14? What's that? 14 what? What 14 things we've got? Oh, achievements. Don't know why it's asked me to do that. Okay, let's increase. I'm going to go sword and board, so all I'm going to do is strength and constitution. Strength for my strikes, constitution for my health. So I'm what's known as a question about the map above. Yes, go for it, Miss Bella Q. That was what I said, it seems. Oh, huge. What? The map's really big. Ah, yes. The map. We want to see the map again. Okay, that's the map in its entirety. Just there. There's this land here. Split into 3 places, which hasn't been claimed yet. So these factions here, these guilds will be battling each other for their land, their resources, the people. Did I miss it? Yeah, my last above in chat. The map is really big. Yeah, it is. But don't be put off by that. There's no mounts in this game, but you get fast travelling. So basically, if I want to go, and in order for fast travelling to work, you have to have visited the place first. Here we go. Right, so I want to go. I'm here, and I want to go over here because I'm lazy. So I click on the actual town icon, and if I booked myself into an inn, which I'll show you, I could then zoom back to it. And also, you can't just go anywhere on the map. You have to have been there and seen it before you can fast travel to it. However, it's not that easy again. Is to fast travel, you have 3 options. 3 options. Basically, if you bought a house in a certain area, no matter where you are on the map, you can zone back to your house. So if your bags are full, sorry, I'm laughing because I know the smut that will come up in the channel. If your bags are full and you need to get back home quick, you can fast travel back to your house, and that's from anywhere, I believe. I think that's from anywhere. However, there's a 1 hour cooldown timer, so you can't do it every 5 minutes. It's 1 hour, and then you can do it again. If you book yourself into an inn, which I'll show you how to do in a sec, you can recall yourself back to an inn, but I believe it's only from a teleport place. Let's try that out. Because what I don't want to do is give you bullshit information. Right, let's find the inn. So I go into my map, see where I am, and zoom straight in, and I look for trading post. No. Nope. There we go. In. Is your safe? Is your house safe? Yes, it definitely is. There is no. Are you purple, green, yellow, or are you neutral? Hey Shy. Basically, I'm nothing at the moment. On my other characters, I am a marauder, which is green, which is the brute force type people. Your houses are basically built into the actual town. So if I go up to here and I walk up to here, you'll see that this house costs 10,000 gold pieces, and you need to have 30 Monarch's Bluff standing level in order for you to buy that house. You get cheaper houses. For some reason, Monarch's Bluff is quite expensive. Now I do know of a cheap house around here somewhere that's $5 grand. If I can find it. But your houses, once you're inside a town settlement, you can't be attacked, you can't be affected in any sort of way. No one can go into your house and rob your shit. If I go into this house here, which is no doubt owned by someone else, I could have a little look around. I just go enter the house and I enter. None of their personal artifacts will be here. You're just basically getting the lay of the land out. So I can see this has got a back garden in here, fireplace and stairs, quite roomy, so it's going to be quite expensive. And you can mentally map out what you want in your house. You get house points. The more your house is done up, the more reputation you get, or points or something. My house is very scarce. And I press E to exit, and I'm outside the house. So there's different ones. You can get really expensive ones, you can get really cheap ones. Really cheap ones are quite compact. They're very, very, very sweet. Let me see if I can find it for you. It's not the greatest, but it's a home. I don't believe it'll be this one. This one's got like 3 floors. Oh, here it goes. There we go. So this is very cheap, in fact. Currently displayed to public. Let's have a look at this house. Okay, 5 grand for this house. That's ridiculous. It's got 2 floors. And they got a little puppy dog. A little puppy dog. If you pre-ordered the game before the beta ends, you get certain bits and pieces. One of them, I think, is this dog. However, at the level 20, 25, you can then get a quest, which is a dungeon to actually get this dog. I'm not supposed to tell you, I don't think. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I lied about that bit. There's no quest. Yeah, you can get this dog. Okay, so this is somebody's house that we just visited, and all these are probably handcrafted. To be honest, it's quite sweet, isn't it? Look, that's very sweet. All handcrafted, and you can move them about. So it's really nice. And it's got 2 floors. I don't believe that this house is 5 grand. It can't be. It can't be. The house I bought was 5 grand, and it only had 1 floor and 1 window too. Yes, I have to remember this house. It's really nice. Got 2 floors. Does it have a garden? Let's have a look at Goompa's residence. Oh, it's the same thing. But it doesn't have a garden, you see. No garden. Got to have a garden. And I think that's a storage chest right there, where you can add stuff. Another good thing I'll show you here. I'll just exit the house. How many hours do I have in New World? Far too many, Miss Bellaque. Far too many. But remember, the thing on Steam will also include a man is a dog's best friend. Yes, that's right. A man's best friend is a dog. Yeah, so the first, it also adds on from the first beta as well. So I was involved part of that, but that's when there was an NDA in effect, and it was a hardcore NDA. To me, I couldn't even tell anyone about it. I could play it, but that's it. You couldn't do anything with it. It was hardcore. And you know, Amazon don't play. They do not play. They will shut your shit down before anything. Yeah, so it includes those hours as well. I can show you a store, I guess. Okay, so I've just pressed the escape button, and you go to store. And here you'll find, I think from week to week, different things that you can buy, different cosmetics. Now, they've stressed that they do not want this game to be a pay-to-win. So basically everything's with cosmetics. Nothing that would increase your powers or anything like that. It's just cosmetics. I quite like this. Now, I don't know how I got this amount here, but at some point it was up to 35. Excuse me. And I really don't know where that came from. I don't know if it was a gift or something. I was doing something and I got it. I don't know, but this was up to 35 and I bought myself an outfit. See if I can show you that. So I bought myself a skin. Why not? It was free. Let's go to here. And I right click. A lot of people get stuck on this. Yeah, I had an NDA like that with a game I did. They were showing. Yeah, exactly, Bally. You know, you don't even want to, attempt in any sort of way. You know, you get a nice thing by actually doing it, and why ruin that trust? Because at the end of the day, it comes down to trust. And a lot of people decide they want to be one better, and maybe get those extra 1,000 viewers for a stream, which will get shut down. But then your reputation is shit. Maybe your stream gets shut down, and it's not really worth it. Just play by the rules, and everyone's happy. Right. Another question that came in was changing your appearance. So if you've bought some of those things I just showed you from the shop, the different outfits, if you right click on the item that you want to change and come down here, it's quite self-explanatory, but it's quite easy to miss. Hit change skin. Now this is the set that I bought here. Was the runic jackal chest piece. And there you go. You can also dye these bits and pieces, but I don't have any dyes with me. Let me cancel it out. Yeah, I don't have any dyes with me. But that's how you change them. If you're thinking, do you know what? I actually quite like the look of the armour that I've got. right click again. In fact, you don't even need to right click, just left click and go to change skin. And go back to none, and then confirm it. And you're back to your normal attire that you had before. I didn't realise how messed up. It's like made out of bits of fucking skin. What the hell? Damn. Yeah, so that was another thing that stumped me. What else can I show? What else did I not figure out? Another thing here. So we've got the tannery here. Okay, so when the game will start afresh, okay, we'll notice that this whole island here will be white. Yeah, all of it will be white. No one has claimed it. All the levels of the actual what are these called? Stations will be at 1. Yeah. And the only way you can increase the levels of these stations, if I just go into it now, as you can see here, this is the corresponding level you need in order to make these items here. Can you take a moment and explain how PvE and PvP works on here, with them being on the same map? Okay, so I'll do this bit here, and then I'll move on to the PvP, and it's great. Thank you, Miss Bella Q, for asking the question. It makes my job a hell of a lot easier, because right now I'm winging it. Like every single stream that I do, I wing it, and I just think back, right, when I first played this, what were the bits that I weren't too sure of? Because there's got to be 1,000 people like me, or is there only one? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so I just go on those problems, and if anybody emails me in or sends me a message, you know from the last stream, I take care of that straight away. Okay, so on to the crafting station. Obviously, there's several different crafting stations, but they all have the same formats. Where, because I'm level 0, it wouldn't have much stuff on there. But as I get better, more and more items will come available. Now, on the right-hand side here, it will tell you the level that's required for you to make that. All down here. However, there's another thing. If I go to Rugged 3 here, Rugged, so that's level number 3. What's it 2? 2, level 2, tier 2. Oh, it's tier 3. It is tier 3. Okay, so it's tier 3. So I'm level 20. Yeah, let's just pretend this is hypothetically speaking. I'm level 20 in what's it called? Tannery. So my tannery is level 20. I should be able to make that. However, there's two things that are stopping me from making this rugged leather, and that is, one, I don't have the resource. This is what is needed to make that. I don't have the resource. Yeah. The second one is, obviously, if this was on level 0 tier tannery, it will come up here that the station isn't high enough to make it. Now, like I said before, the only way that you can get this station upgraded is by the guild that owns it, by the people that own it. Let's say, and right now, these are owned, like, half the map. Where am I? Where am I? I'm over here. Okay. They are owned by, governed by the challengers. Okay. That's the guild at the moment that run this town. Now in here, they will increase things like taxes. How can I show you the taxes? Let me just go out and back in again. Just open the door. Oh god, no. There's another way of doing it. Does it tell me anything about the taxes in here? No. Oh, it does? Doesn't. Okay, so this is all hypothetically speaking. All these would be 0 tiers. Tier 1. Tier 1, Tier 1, Tier 1, Tier 1, Tier 1. As they progress, as the guild gets more stronger, as more people visit their town and trade and build and live, they get more income. They can also have quests to increase the town. I just need to find the town hall. you know, if you've got any other questions, thank you, Miss Bella. I'll be dealing with yours very shortly. But I'm just trying to remember back to what I got stuck on and thinking, what the hell? And I was just like, this don't make no sense. So I've got to find the town hall. Is that it? Town protocols. There we go. Yeah, I think it's up here. What a beautiful sign that is. Right, okay. So I'm coming up here. This is the town board. Not many people know about the town board, but this is the town board. If I walk up to it, and this is what's happening in your town at the moment. So they are upgrading a burning oil vat to tier 2. So their plan is, on their keep, they want to have burning oil vats in order to pour on the enemy if they get attacked, if someone wants to take over their town. So they'll put up certain projects up here. One of them might be to increase the tannery to level 3, or to the armor smith to level 4 or something like that, and they'll all turn up here. Then what you need to do as a citizen, you don't have to do it, and you don't have to do anything, but you can go along and write, they need they need more goats to hunt in order for the town to be leveled up. They need more weavers and things like that, and you go ahead and you complete those quests, as in there's construction quests there, there's hunting quests there, there's visiting quests there, there's a fishing quest there, and that's how you become attached to your town, and you'll gain reputation points which you can then spend, but that's only after you've joined a certain faction, and I'll do that in a sec. Yeah, so this is a town board where you can pick up really easy quests. I'd say easy, not always easy. That's the war board. Level 50 I think is for the war board. Yep, player level 50 you need for the war board. Right, okay, let's move on to what Miss Bella Q was saying. So, first of all, for PvP to become active, I need to have joined a faction. There are three factions available, which are the Marauders, which are your brute strength, hammer, smash things, ask questions later. We've got the Alchemists, which are your wizardy Hogwarts type people. And you've got the Adjudicators. Basically, if you know Warhammer and you know about Witch Hunters, they are for the righteous. You know, they are pure of hearts and they destroy anything that's evil. So they're the three factions. Now, there'll be a quest for you to join one of these factions, and you can notice that little green thing on top of his head right there. That's the faction that he's joined with. So it's almost like, even though you're in this town, but you go searching elsewhere, you've gone exploring, and you come across some more people with the Marauder's headpiece on, as in that green sign there. That's part of your crew. That is all you. Now, I read it somewhere that you could only group, once you choose a faction, you can only group with the faction that you chose. But that's not true, because when I was doing some raids on some dungeons, I had all sorts of people in there, which is great. But when it comes down to attacking a fort, then all you guys stick together, and it's usually trying to do faction against faction. So there is some rivalry between the three factions. You know, they all boast that each faction is better than the other. Okay, let's move on to PvP. Let me just, where's the Marauder faction? Let's see if I can join. I don't think I can join a faction just yet. I'm far too low level. Usually come out the training ground at level 10, I think it is. So here's the faction guy. I'm going to go for Marauders. Let's see if I can join him. Here is he now.
We are forged in the fire and
yeah, I can't. Okay, so I've got to wait for the quest, and I'm not too sure what level you get that in. So basically, one of the quests will be, it's fairly low level, that you've got to visit each faction, and each faction leader will tell you a bit about their faction, and you go, that sounds a bit like me, or I like magic, I'll join the Covenant, things like that. And then you get your faction, and then a whole new part of the game opens up as well. There's loads and loads and loads to it, which is absolutely fantastic. You don't want a single level game. Must you join a faction? No, you don't have to join a faction at all, and I didn't join a faction till about level 25. You don't have to join a faction at all. I was just by myself, doing my own stuff, harvesting, making, doing my own quests. And the thing is that even though I wasn't joined to a faction, if I was out exploring and I came across a big bear that I was having trouble trying to kill, whoever's around might help you. And you're not joined to any faction or anything like that, or vice versa. You know, you could be seeing someone attacking something else. You can just go in there and give it a couple of jabs to help them out. You can do that, and that's without having a faction. So you can play it the really way you want. Admittedly, a bit more opens up for you if you have a faction. You'll get things like, once you join a faction, a whole new shop will be available to you where you can buy things with your faction points. Now, your faction points are basically, once you join a faction, your faction will give you certain quests, you know, in order to improve the faction, improve their standing. So they might send you off on a quest. Once you complete that quest, you come back and you hand in your quest, and you'll get faction tokens, which you can then spend in the faction shop, which you can't buy anywhere else. So that is one of the reasons why you join a faction. Also, it's a big heavy gang basically, isn't it? Your faction is a big massive gang. If you need help out from, you know, you expect that your brothers and sisters will help you out. Also, when defending a certain place, it could be the Marauders base and the Covenant's attacking, they would expect every Marauder to be there defending the keep. Now that leads me on nicely to Bella's question. Right, so I'm in the safety of the town. No matter what faction I am, no matter who I am, no matter what I've done or whatever like that, I could have killed 1,000 people outside. Inside, I am safe. Completely safe. I can't be attacked and I can't die inside. However, once you've joined a faction, inside there'll be, just press the escape button and look at my arrow here, just by your knapsack there will be your faction symbol. Yeah, I know, Mel, I'm so sorry. It's just that there's only 2 days left for this beta to run out, and then you've got a month. So you could watch this video, and hopefully, if I've done it right, you learn about the certain bits, so you've got that head start than everyone else. You know, and that's the whole point why I did it, because I didn't know jack shit about the game. And I was left like, oh man, what's this, what's that, how's this, how do you do that, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, oh it does work, that's how you do it, you know. And if you get really stuck here, if you press the return button, you've got your chat here. Now if I hit global, oh you can't see that, so I'm going to have to move my big fat ugly head over here, there we go. Boink. Right, if you press the return button, you get your chat menu on there. But we'll have our studious leader Lupin, so we'll be fine. Yeah, I'm sure you will. There you go, look at that. Right on cue, there's a purple armoured girl just for Mel. Look at that. Oh, is it? No, it's not. It's a bloke. Okay. There you go. That is perfect. That could be you, Mel. That could be you. Right, so I've hit return button because I'm really stuck. And you know, I just don't know how to figure it out. But I can go down here, and where it says global, I can go to help. Now, this help tab is not meant to have any shitty remarks or any stupid replies. That's what it's meant for. It's meant for, I need help with this. Can someone tell me about it? Can they tell me how to do this, or why is this happening? That's what that channel was there for. Very rarely do you get shitty answers back, which is really nice. There's always someone genuinely wants to help. Of course, you in every single game you always get the dicks, you know, think they're fucking, you know, brilliant or whatever, or trying to be funny when seriously somebody needs some help. You can always tell when somebody really needs some help just by the way they type. So that's last resources. If your last resource, that's what you can do. You can go to help. Obviously, what you need to do is keep on watching this video over and over and over and over and over again. And then when you're in your game, you get the video on it and you go, ah, Lupin, you legend. You say that anyway. Okay, so what I was saying, Miss Bella asked a question about PvP. So once I've joined a faction, I can then represent my faction. That means I can represent my faction in battle as well. So just where this man's crutch is, just here, there will be a symbol of the faction that you've chosen. So they're the symbols here, and they will appear just there. Now at the time, before you activate it, there'll be two swords pointing down. Okay, that means that you could go into that world and you'll be... The only thing that will attack you is the AI inside the game. But if you press the U button inside your... That's the only place you can activate it. You can't activate it outside and then turn it back off and then turn it back on and then attack someone and turn it back off and then turn it back on. That's the reason why they've done it this way. You can only activate it inside a settlement. That's the only way you can do it. And you press the U button, your swords will be crossed. Okay, that means you're ready to rumble with anyone that's against you. Yeah, that's usually the other factions. Okay. Now, you think you just quick activate it and quickly run out and do battle. Nope. You've actually got a cooldown timer as well. That's to stop people from doing exactly that. Running in, going, you know, attack, attack, attack. Oh no, they're hitting me back, and then run back in. And then cool off, and then come back out again. Yeah, so they've got that buffer basically to protect you. But that's the only way that you become PvP, by activating it inside the fort and pressing the U button until your symbol is crossed and you're ready to do battle. Anyone against the other faction. You can't just go around attacking anyone. You can only attack people that also have ready to rumble symbol, and they will turn up with a different icon on top of their heads. So if I was to come up PvP and I walk over here and I just see a dude chopping wood and I thought, right, I'm going to have you. If he isn't activated for PvP, you ain't going to do nothing to him. You know, he's not going to do nothing to you, you're not going to do nothing to him. So that's basically PvP. Now, a really nice thing, which got a lot of stick from a lot of people in the game, is the scaling. Now, for those that don't know what scaling means, that means if I'm a level 50 dude and I've worked so hard to get to level 50 and I'm a master of the sword and I'm a master of the shield and I've won countless battles, and I come out here and I fancy a bit of PvP, and there's a dude, a level 8 dude, just like this guy here, who also, we won't be level 8 because he's got to do the faction quest first, level 10 or 12 or whatever the level is. Who's this dude here? Yeah, you. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? I've forgotten what the... What did he say? Did he say something? I forgot what the speech button is. What you say? This one, I don't know how bad this is going to go. Okay, he doesn't want to. Oh, he wants to fish me, does he? I see. That's what he said, I think. Yeah, that's right there. Okay, so so the V button. Once you set up in settings, the V button will actually push to talk. I want your hat, your boots, and your gloves. Okay, look at the same thing. Okay, so yeah, so let's say this dude here. You notice that he's got the, I think that's the Covenant sign above his head there, and I'll have the Marauder sign above my head.
Sorry, I just checking my settings.
You just chicken? What? You chicken? Chicken?
Settings. Checking settings.
Your chicken's on the loose. I'll help you find it. Okay, so he's just demonstrating that he's got the ice glove on. And you know, it's nothing. You can't do anything to me. I'm not PvP. He's not PvP. He can't do jack shit. I can't do anything. Can't even shield bash him.
I found it.
You found your chicken?
Yes.
Ah, well done. Okay, so he's absolutely trading me. Now, another good thing that's just happened here is that if you look directly at a character, you notice there's a little H by the left-hand side of him. What does he want to give me? Let's have a look. I'll give him some arrows. Right, he wants to weigh me down. Okay. He's given me all his wood. So basically what he's done there, he's spent maybe 10 minutes just chopping wood just to power level his what do they call it? Wood cutting skills. And then he'll probably have dumped that or sold it. It's not worth much because anyone can pick it up. So look, I can't do nothing to him. Yeah. But if you look at the actual character, you notice there's a H sign just on his left. There was one. There we go. You just got to get the right angle. If I press H, that gives me an interactive. I'll give you a chance to interact with that player. Could be a direct message. Could add as I could trade, invite to a group, block him, report, mute. I could do all sorts of things. So that's quite a nice thing. Just in case you forget, like me, go, oh shit, what do I do to talk again? You know, it's there. You look at the player, and sometimes it's a bit tricky to get. I must admit, sometimes you don't get it, and you've got to do that quite, you know, dodging around and looking at it. Bella, did I explain to you about the PvP? Oh, I was talking about the scaling. Sorry, yes, the scaling. So the nice thing about this game in the PvP, which is getting a lot of stick at the moment, is the scaling. Now, I mentioned I was a level 50 and I am the best with a sword and shield. I've got all these special abilities with my weapons and shield, and I'm badass and I've got the best armor. That dude that we just talked to was level 12. He's got his opposing faction and he uses a spear or whatever. What the game does is once they hit for PvP, what they call scaling is a... Can I demonstrate you like that, like this? So this is my level 50, and this is my level 12 here. Is that right? Oh, am I gone too high? Let me go down a bit. There we go. Yeah, right. Okay. So what scaling does? Once they both activate PvP, it automatically goes like that. So basically, the only advantage that you will get over another person is if you're just better at the game. If you're better at PvP than the other person, you know, and that has pissed off a lot of people because you get these level 12s, 13s just fresh into the game. They've got their sword, they've got their shield, they've got their ice staff, they've got their fire staff or their ice gloves or whatever, and they're rolling up to PvP and they're destroying level 50s, and that's just because they're better at PvP. The rolls, the dodges, the whatever. And you'll see a lot of this, which is a bit irritating. That I see a lot. As soon as PvP comes, you'll notice you'll see a lot of this. Attack, 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 then dodge, attack, 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 dodge. And that's what it's there for. Another thing that I need to tell you is depending on what your armor set is depending if you can roll or dodge. As you can see here, this is my armor setting, and right now it's at light. Yeah, highlighted it. I don't have to explain to you because it's right there. Oh, I'm over on that side now. How bizarre! Sorry, I don't feel right over there. Let me come back over here. There we go. Right. Okay, so right now I am light. My armor load is light. Yeah, you did. People have wondered how it was set up, being on the same map like that. Seems pretty cool. Allows beginners to have a chance to actually play. Yes, and like I said, if you're not into PvP, just don't cross those swords. Join a faction, get all the benefits of the faction, and then go about your business. Yeah, if you fancy a bit of a PvP, cross those swords, and good luck to you. You know, and that's really nice. You're not forced into any situation. For me, PvP, meh. I'm into crafting. I'm into exploring. That's me, and that's what I use these games for. And to have a crew of us doing things like dungeons and things like that. Bria Asphyxia, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. You're now running with the wolf pack. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, so it's actually a game for everyone, which is really nice. It doesn't omit anyone at all. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Bella, any other questions? Anyone in the channel have any other questions? I'm clutching at straws here. Ah, okay. Yes. So we've got the crafting. We've got the exploring and gathering. We've got the combat with various different enemies, ranging from animals down to the undead. Have you gone over the point system? How to level your character? Right. So, if you started from the beginning of the stream, you notice I haven't done jack shit. Right? I've done nothing. I've killed 2 pigs. I've killed 2 pigs, right? I've killed 2 pigs. That's all I've ever done. I think I haven't even done one quest yet. I'm still on this first quest, which I should have done at the beginning of the game, which I've still got, which I'll have to go back and do. Well, I wouldn't have to do. I'm just showing you in this game. And I've made a sickle. I've made a fishing rod, an axe, a knife, and a pickaxe. And that's it. That's all I've done. And then I've done some harvesting. And yeah, I've done some harvesting, basically. And I'm level 3. So I could literally go... Let's see if this is... I can't do that tree because that's a level 50. But I can do the baby tree. Now, a lot of my levels... which I'll show you in a second. A lot of my levels have come from crafting, basically. It's come from crafting. So this is my own tree. You notice that it's taking absolute ages to cut this wood. As you increase your levels, you'll get better. I got 21 XP for that log. 21 XP. Now that will reduce slightly as the game goes on, but only slightly. But as you get higher level trees, you'll get more experience for it. So basically I could go around just harvesting. If that's my jam, well, do you know what? You're not into combat or anything like that. I just like making stuff. Go for it. You can still level up just using crafting. Like I said, on my other character, half or maybe 3/4 of the level is made up by crafting. Because I started, if you remember the beginning of this stream, I showed you what level, how much advantage you can get over the rest of the people just by hanging in that beginner's area and harvesting and collecting those. The only things you won't be able to do is collect the precious metals, but you can do collect stones and things. So when you get into the town, you come into an area like this, all these things are open to you, and you've just got, you know, that advantage. You can start, you know, chopping down these trees, these level 50 trees, when people are still knocking around, you know, level 10s. So it does pay just to spend a little bit of time in that beginning areas, especially if you're into magic making and also food. If you want to become a cook and you want to be arcane, those two things are really valuable at the beginning of the game, to hang around there, click shitloads of items. Because if I look around here, you'll see that some of the things that I want to get, like those herbies, are quite scarce. And if they are here, somebody else is trying to harvest them at the same time. Yeah? So, you know, don't rush off. I know you want to get there, you want to advance, and, you know, you want to be ahead, but just take it easy. I didn't realise you could stay PvE. I'll get this game now. Yeah, you could. There's nothing stopping you whatsoever. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly come out of this, exit to the main menu. Yep. And just hopefully, fingers crossed, the server will be up. Okay, let's continue. And okay, so there is my Lunar Greybeard, and that is based on my beautiful moderator. I'll let you decide what parts represent her. And there you go, I'm a level 31, and that's my... Here is the server that I'm on. And like I said, majority of those levels were done purely by crafting. I've got that claim rewards thing again. Oh, I just made 380 gold. That's by selling my shite. Okay, so here we are. We got. I just made 285. There we go. It's going up all the time. Okay. Oh, bloody hell! So I'm selling a lot of stuff. My God, really? And that's just pure by crafting. Okay. I'm gonna accept this because I'm right outside a dungeon. That might give you a quick introduction, which just happened into a dungeon, what it looks like. So I'm going to be playing the role of DPS inside this dungeon. And if you notice that, I don't think that all Marauders, it might be, no, this is from a different company. You should be level 25. Your camp deteriorates after a certain time, I believe it does, but you can only have one at a time. You can't have a camp here and a camp here and a camp here and a camp here. Now the camp, you can get different levels of the camp as well. Oh yeah, fantastic. She is absolutely awesome. And if you notice there, I've actually got a stone implemented into my musket. So that musket now gives me 30% of my damage is converted into ice. I just done it because it looked cool. You can get fire ones, you can get void ones, you can get spirit ones, you get all sorts of crazy shit going on here, but I like the glow. And the feeling of actually shooting this gun is absolutely unreal. It is really, really, really nice. If you look on the, it's almost like a lever action rifle, which I love. If you look on the right hand side to my special abilities, I've got something called Overpower, which I've all connected all these to my mouse, so we're ready to go in. And I've also got a rapier, which I thought was very, very cool weapon. And we're going to enter the expedition. So this is the first look at a dungeon. And this is a level 25 dungeon, which you'll obviously get quests to go inside, but you don't have to have the quest to go inside. You can just go in for the loot. There's what you can, some of the items that you can unlock, and hopefully these guys have done this quest 1,000 times. You'll know if they haven't, if they start walking over to this bit of paper here. If they walk over to this bit of paper, they've never done it before. There you go. That bait is basically, once you've activated it, you can't activate it again. So with the rapier, I've gone for a bleed build. So I've gone for a bleed build, which on here is my mouse 4, which is a slash, which causes bleed. Then I've got a rapid strike, and I've got a rapier move, which I love. It's a spin, and then a thingy. And my role here is just basically to avoid the contact and just dish out as much damage as I can, just like any other DPS build. The only thing with the rapier build, and there's a lot of moves that basically you have to be on target to your enemy. You could just go straight past them. So you've got to keep on adjusting. And be careful, if you are using a rapier build and you've got the same build as me, you do have a chance to send yourself or shoot yourself off the edge. And maybe this might give you a tip to the first dungeon and how to do it. Hopefully. Go down the stairs. Might have some potions on here as well, some different food types. I've basically tried to level up every single crafting option there is, so I've got 100 on each one. I didn't want to have to rely on anyone to, you know, make me this, do me that. I need better armor, I need better weapons, I need better spells, and spend money on them. I want to do everything myself and also experience it myself. Now in this dungeon, the thing that's making, which I don't think they've realised, there's actually a generator of these zombies, which is over here on the right hand side. You can kill these zombies every single second, and they'll just keep on generating until we've taken out the actual generator. Which is pretty... I don't think they realise this yet. So I'm going to take them over here, hopefully, and go straight for the generator, which is this magpie here. Okay, so that's taken care of. So now they will no longer generate. Once they're dead, they are dead. Grave's supposed to be a good one. Yeah, no, Rapier. Rapier is straight up your build. It's definitely straight up there. It's got a certain finesse about it. Some of these enemies, if they're not handled right, you end up really just like running backwards and forwards around the screen when... There we go, yeah. So what you're going to do there is just basically go for the closest one. Instead of spending time chasing this one mob down, you can shoot around. Don't die, but if one dies in a dungeon or out, you lose. No, you don't. What happens is your items that you've got on you get damaged, and that doesn't just mean the one that you've got equipped. I'm talking about the ones inside your bag as well. They can seriously take some hard damage, which then you have to repair. So within this dungeon, you have to craft a certain item to enter the dungeon, and then also you have to have a certain item to get through the doors as well. So you can't just walk in and go into the dungeon and use it. You have to have a certain item to do it. Now, not too sure why when you split here. That's never a good sign. But they might be so badass that they can handle two of these at the same time. I just noticed one crew went upstairs and one person fought this guy here. And you get all sorts of magical systems, just like any other MMO. And there's another quest item there. The blue items on there are quite rare and they're supposed to be quite good. So what I'll do a quick check to see how that measures up against the one I'm wearing. Inside the dungeon there'll be a little like puzzle, if you like. So basically we've got to activate these bumps here. Downstairs, I don't think anyone's going downstairs, but there's actually a hidden chest down there. Oh, they are going down there, brilliant. There's actually a hidden chest down in the waterfall. And like I said, you don't have to hold your E button down. You just press it once, click the gear, and then get out. This bit's a bit tricky, a bit buggy up here. Nodes that you can collect, loads of different nodes. They all do different things. That's for arcane magic, for life, death, healing, increasing duration and things like that. Now I believe the rest of the crew have gone to activate these. No, they haven't. Good. Okay. So because there's a little puzzle that you need to solve if you haven't done this already, which means you need to generate power to those stones there first. Someone is fighting somewhere. I have no idea where. I can hear it, but I can't see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one missing. Okay, now, if you notice that the sound might have just disappeared very briefly there, one thing that is a problem at the moment is the full screen and windowed version that's running at the moment. I'm having issues with it. If you notice that there's a big white bar on top of my screen, that's because I'm in windowed mode. If I go to full screen mode, it is full screen, however, the taskbars and other items that are on my back screen can be activated, which is completely confusing, so I end up reading my emails right in the middle of battle. Shy, Sai and Bree, the Ulmo trio. Hey Bree, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, so I've already put in a bug report for that. Quite a few other people experience the same thing. Obviously, not everyone is. So with certain setups, it's happening. So even if I put it in full screen, I put it in windowed mode. Windowed mode, I seem to get less interference. But I can still press the escape button and my taskbar is straight there. Do you know what I mean? So it's just sometimes it slips down below, the taskbar comes up or hits something on my desktop. It's crazy. But it's being seen to, which is the best thing. And that is the whole reason why you beta test. Fantastic, isn't it? Because with the rapier, her attacks advance. Can you see the way she's moving forward? I'm not doing it. I've got one hand here, so really I could have a beer, have a cup of tea, have something to eat, and I could just carry on with this. Which is not the way to help out your squad. That's a very cool move for the spear. I love the way he digs the spear into the ground and hops over it. Now if I wanted to increase my damage output just a little bit, if I've got it on me, do I have it on me? Let's have a look. I don't have it on me. Okay, I had something called like a sharpening stone, which basically makes my blade sharper, and then therefore I can do a little bit more. I do have it with me. It's tied to my number 5. So you see there, I've just sharpened my sword, and that'll give me, I think it's like 5 minutes worth of slightly more damage on my attacks. So the first thing you want to do when you come up to these things is take out this mound, or you'll be fighting the zombies forever. And like I That sound that the rapier makes reminds me of Star Wars. I love that sound. It sounds like one of the AT-ATs in Star Wars firing. The sound of the rapier as it cuts through the air. I've hit the number 2 button. I bring out my rifle. Now I've gone for a trapper loadout. Tied with ice, so it's got an ice gem inside it. But I've also can do this, which is quite neat, which everyone would know that's me down. I've got put myself a little trap. You can get certain perks to maybe put out 2 traps as well, but anything that walks into that will get stuck, and then I can attack them. So I've also got 2 other options here. If you look at the bottom right hand corner, the yellow one, which is called overload, which if I hit a target, once I've got the overload button on me, that target will slowly start to bleed. Then what you could do, if you go at a distance, you hit them with the burn shot, which is the yellow one, they start to burn, quickly switch to your rapier and start a bleed on them as well. I love this action here. Now this wasn't meant to be part of the stream, but why not? We're here now. Careful about being on the edges when using the rapier, because it does advance, and then you have a chance of falling off, and that's just a warning if you're using the rapier build. Now, obviously you asked about respawning. I can respawn. I respawn inside the dungeon. Also, there'll be certain points within the dungeon that you can respawn to, so almost like checkpoints. You get halfway through the dungeon, you hit a checkpoint. There's 2 checkpoints in this dungeon right here. You don't take any penalties apart from your armor being severely damaged, which I think is pretty nice, because some of the bosses, if you're not completely, if you're new to the dungeon and you're not too sure what you're doing and you've got a full squad, you can come back and help them out again and keep on adding that little bit of damage time after time. And obviously I didn't hit the respawn point, because the respawn point is just after that last boss that we dealt with, which is just here. So let me hit the respawn point. So now when I die, I can come back to this, but I can respawn from here. Now the little puzzle is, might as well tell you, but basically, once you've activated the stones, might we be attacking this guy here? I think we should. No one else is. Great. Great. I'll drag him up here, and they'll have to fight me. And we've got that dude as well. We've got a plethora of things to kill. And once again, the rapier on edges is not great. I've already hit my my bleeds on them, so while I'm still running back, I'm still doing damage. So stick behind this guy. Stick behind him, he doesn't really do much to you. Quite a heavy tank taking his beats. So basically, those 3 points that you stand on, one player has to be on each point, and that'll activate this bridge in order for you to progress. It is quite messy. Just make sure that you're not going to fly off the edge. Now, you see the bones that I'm collecting. Yeah, basically, I wanted to show you what happened if your attacks with a rapier, because they move you forward. If you're sitting on an edge, you know, don't think, oh, I'm just going to bounce off the edge sort of thing. It will take you straight off the edge, and like this move here, really projects you forward. So you will go just flying straight off this. You've got to be really careful. Now those bones that I picked up was for a quest. If you collect 3 of those bones and then give them to the wolf that's outside this dungeon, your gift is that dog that we saw in the house. Oh, we're not going to go for that guy there? No? No? Okay. See if they go to the left. There's a chest on the left hand side over here. Oh, they've gone for this. Didn't realise the guy didn't die. Hey, the story. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. Much appreciated. Thank you for joining us. Kitten Purr, just chilling. Got off playing a little bit of Chernobyl. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Kitty Purr, or Kitten Purr, should I say? Ooh, tactical map. What that does. Only got one blue thing out of this. And we take the candle and we activate this, and another boss should appear. Now what you want to do with this one is stay out the purple circles if you can. That purple ring right there. Avoid it, and then do so. You fix a player to put the circle around. Try and get out the circle as quick as you can, basically. And it's not one of those running around bosses. Very cool. Then once that boss is defeated, you can come over to the chest and pick it up. They will remain locked until you've defined that boss. So, where has Lupin been? Haven't seen you forever, mister. Hey, kitten, I have been away. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, much appreciated. To everyone that's in the channel, everyone in the chat, much appreciated. Okay, see what these guys are up to. Let's see if I need to lead them. Oh, they cleared out these guys already. Really? He's not. Oh no, he's not. He's there. He goes running round the corner and sees what's late waiting. Just goes back. My anti-aggro chain and ring on, this guy, no matter what anyone else did, would always come for me. Always, literally just pound on me because I didn't have my anti-aggro stuff on. So now, if I just quickly show you, I've got here, I think 6 threat here, and I think one of these other things is anti-aggro as well, which is really needed if you're playing a DPS and you're quite squishy, like myself. I can put out the damage, but I can't take it. Keep on I can barely hear Lupin over game. I'm actually saying anything there, kitten. That's probably why you couldn't hear me. But if it is too loud, then just let me know and I'll adjust the levels a bit. I think you'd rather listen to the game than listen to my grungy old voice. And there's another respawn point just here. Now, the nice thing about the enemy AI in here is that they will evade your attacks. So you could go in all swirly-whirly and go in for the attack, and they will just sidestep and move around to the back of you. So you've got to keep on focusing on where they are, especially with this Rapier build. I'm not too sure on any other build, but definitely with this Rapier build. So I'm going to overpeak. This is the last boss in here. And I do love the musket. The musket is freaking awesome. I just love using it. Now, it does hold its charge for a little while. But it does take a little while to reload. Now if you notice that I'm putting on fire and bleed. And once again this dude loves me. And then I'll switch to my rapier. Now, you've got two ways of doing this. If everyone just piles on the boss, just literally piles on the boss and attacks the boss, you can break him down pretty easily. But what some people like to do, I need to get round to the back of him again. This is another character, another boss that loves me. Here we go. Yep. Okay, no, it hasn't. It's basically take out the little minions before he can eat them and heal himself. Every opportunity I'm using my powder burn. never do as much damage as my rapier will. So if he starts chasing you here, then what you could do with the attacks, you notice what I did there, I didn't take any damage, because at the right time, just as I saw his hand come down, if I use the dodge attack, you won't get any damage. So that's another thing. He's on you. Don't panic, but dodge at the right time. Now, it looks like they're trained in strat here, which means they're going to go straight for the boss, because usually the quickest burn down. I need to get around the back. Now you notice I'm not rolling anywhere because I can't, because my armour class is cast as heavy. I've got a mixture of medium and heavy on at the moment. So if you all concentrate on the actual boss, you should tear it down a lot quicker. It just depends on what builds you have in your group. And the healer is doing a fantastic job, so you can really just go in for it. Dodge that attack. And the nice thing about this game is that the enemy, the bosses, are very much like your own character, so they can be stunned and things like that. Some of them can't be tracked. There you go. So if you power everything onto the boss, then you'll burn them down quicker. That really just all depends on what characters you got here in your group. Is there anything here I can take? Can we call the big guy Milana? What the hell? Oh, shy. Your knowledge in here lets me know your hour count is a little higher than you let on. No, it is what it is. Did I get anything from here? Did I open that chest? Okay, return to the surface, to pursue the truth, and the faction reputation. I had a quest in here. I think I've done it. This guy is sexy walking. Oh, I wish I had loads of gear on me, because there is an ultimate sexy walk in here. Now I've trademarked it on all the forums, but there is a great sexy walk in here, but you can only do it if you're encumbered. So I'm trying to look for some more shit to get encumbered with. It's fantastic. It is a diva strut. There are not many people know how to do it, but it's awesome. Of course you're gonna find it. Look, this guy's sexy walking. Well, he was sexy walking. Now, when you got gear, a lot of it, especially like with these blue items here, are bind on pickup, which means as soon as you pick them up, you can't sell them or do anything. All you can do is smash them up, and I'll show you how to smash. That's a bind on pickup as well. Okay, so we've got this thing here. If I'm not using it, I can't do anything with it. So the only thing I can do is basically munge it, which I mean break it down. So I just click on it, and I can click salvage. Now I'm tempted to, no, I'm not really tempted. Fuck it, no. And hit salvage. Okay, that will lighten your weight as well, but you might get some materials back from it. Now there's also another report I've put in to the developers to say, you know what, if I'm breaking down a level 3 weapon, I do expect some steel back. If I'm breaking down a level 2 weapon, I expect some iron back, You know, if I am breaking down a level 3 weapon, I expect some star metal back, which makes perfect sense. But right now, what happens is that you break down a weapon and instead you get salvage kits, basically repair kits. So if you look now at my X-rated safety helmet, you can see the durability is 403 out of 500. I've taken a bit of a bashing. Yes, I died once, but also took a couple of hits, so all my bits take a bit of damage. I'm just going to keep on salvaging. Now, the nice thing about this as well, if I press the S button, S for Sierra, sugar, and click on my bits, it's a lot quicker. Anything green, I'm going to smash. Anything grey, I'm going to smash. I don't care what it is. You know, it's nothing worth to me. The blue stuff, I'll keep and take another look at, unless it's bind on pickup. So I'm just going to smush all that. Now, I really, really, really wish, and yes, I've put in another report about it, if we could have a wardrobe in this game, because it's all about fashion, darling. As you know, that it's all about fashion. So, as well as our ugly gear all here, we've got a separate option where we can make it look like something else. So, let's say these are bind on equip. Am I going to equip those? 332, 334. Strength, Constitution. That's heavy. But what I'm looking here at the moment is I'm looking at the build. I still want some, because I do a lot of solo play. I don't really group with anyone apart from dungeons. I need to make sure that I've got the defensive power. It's alright having light gear, but I'd rather go medium or heavy because I'm a solo player. So I'm just going to smash those, to be honest. Yeah, going to smash those. Yeah, so what I really wanted was I wanted my appearance to change, and I've just fucking broken everything. So I can't show you. Okay, so let's go to here and change skin. Obviously, you've seen this one before, where purchased stuff from the store, like here, I can change the look of. That's not my hat normally. My hat normally looks like this. Yeah? And I chose no hat. My hair is too cool to have a hat. But I wanted there to be a side inventory where you can have whatever you're wearing as your armor base, but something to go over the top that you like the look of, because there's some nice clothing here. And if you want to personify your femininity, you can't really do it in this game, which I put another thing about, because you know, you want to be a badass and you want to look like a badass, but you want to look crazy, sexy, cool too while slaying monsters and stuff. But there's no opportunity for that. Every sort of like armor looks like the same as blokes, which I don't think is pretty cool, especially when they went out their way for the character creation to be non-binary as well as your appearance. I think that is a fantastic start, but they didn't carry on throughout the game where you can have a choice. If I want to look feminine, I want to look feminine. If I want to look masculine, I look masculine. If I don't want to look like anything, I don't have to look like anything. Do you know what I mean? That's just me. And I know there's been quite a few posts about it. I've also written about it. Only because the thing that made me think of that was the character creation. I thought, you know what, that is so advanced. And, you know, it's just the way the world is right now. And will be for the foreseeable future. And I think it's beautiful that it's now incorporated in game, so why not go that one step further? You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's awesome. You know, the game is still in beta. Don't get me wrong. Anybody that's watching this, anybody that's watching it on the rerun, it's a beta. We have been given this game in order to test it out, not just play it, but also test it out. And he was asking about, you know, you're quite knowledgeable about what's going on in the game. It's because I know this sounds really, really shit, right? And it sounds, but I actually take beta testing quite seriously. You know, and that started from a very young age into my gaming experience. I've worked for Sega and Neo Geo and other companies as well, beta testing, and you know, it's in me. So I like to break things. I like to test things out. I like to figure things out, and I'm always on the forums deciding on what they could do better. And I've got some fantastic ideas for this game. One of them was looked at and said, yeah, okay, I think we'll have a look at that. The other ones were just like to poo-pooed away. But never mind, they are there, the developers are there, they're listening, they're reading, and if they think that's a good idea, that will be easy to implement before the 31st. We can do that, and I think that'd be a great benefit for everyone. Then they might do it. Right, I've got my quest done. You got a bonus there, so we've done a dungeon. You saw what happens if you died inside a dungeon. You respawned inside the dungeon if you hit the respawn point, and what happens when you die, which is great. Right, let me leave the dungeon. Oh, and I'll show you one more thing. I think, you know, guys, I've covered. If you can think of anything that is puzzling you or doesn't sit quite right, remember, I'm winging this. There is no script in this. When I stream, I just stream raw, R-A-W, raw. So anything could happen. The screen could break, the computer could blow up. It's done that before. All sorts of things can happen. So this is the guy. Now this is a secret, so don't tell anyone else. Now see this guy here, Barkamedes. Oh no, something even cooler, even better than that. You can pet the wolf, which is freaking awesome. I love it. And you can spend the whole day petting that wolf. Just sitting there, it's good for your karma, it's good for your soul. Just chill, pet the wolf. And when you had enough of petting the wolf, which I think is awesome, and I want one, you can talk to the pet. I said talk, not pet. And there you complete the quest. Now, the first one that you will ever do is when you first come to here, the first quest that he'll give you will give you that house pet of that boxer dog. I think it looks like a boxer. I think it's a boxer. So there you go. There's a little secret, and I believe, don't tell anyone I told you this, I believe that in part of the more expensive one, I've got to try and speak out the side of my mouth there. The more expensive one, I think we'll get that help. But you're going to save some pennies. Do the mission. Level 25, you can wait that long. You won't have enough money to buy a house by 25 anyway. Or maybe, if you're crafting, because if you look at my bank account, it's quite healthy. It's quite healthy indeed. And I have never bought anything. I promise you, I have never bought anything from the shop inside the trader's place. I haven't bought a thing. Anything at all. Loads of things that I've sold because what goes quickest? Always crafting tools go the quickest. Another little trick for you is when you're crafting, let's say you need a new sword, yeah? When you're crafting, make sure you've got enough materials. I don't know if I've got enough materials on me. I don't. Now, the base is just over here. Very cool looking camps. I love the spear. I just wish it was one-handed. You could have a shield as well. So these are camps that people make. You need, I think, 5 wood and 1 flint. You press the Y button. Okay, it's restricted landmark, so it's got to go a bit further into here. Over there. And you build a camp. Now, as you progress, your camp can get better. And as it gets better, your crafting station within that camp gets better as well, which is awesome. And you know, if you die, you can respawn back here anyway. I don't want to camp anymore. I'm just going to see what sort of materials I've got. If I move my big fat head, so if I move big fat head, there we go. Can you see the chat at all? It's in red. It says town project upgraded gates to tier 3 is complete. So the guild that runs my town has put in a work order to all its citizens and people that are passing or whatever. They want to upgrade their fort, the keep, where people attack, to level 3. So that's a whole new part of the game as well, which I don't think I'll have the opportunity to show you because it doesn't look like there's any sort of... Yeah. I don't think there's a battle going on. I'm not level 50. That's another thing I don't understand, is that they've got the what's it called? The leveling of PvP so that anyone can do it. Huh? Shit, I haven't left the group, that's why. Whoops. Yes, I want to leave the group. Yeah, so you press escape and then press leave group. Yeah, so I don't think there's a battle going on at the moment. But, you know, if you're a rival guild or something, you can just PvP, stick your PvP on, come marching up to our gates, but you can only go so far, and I think it's round about here or so. Only up to the gates. So yeah, if you come out there as a low level or any sort of level, and you've activated your PvP, the moment you come out of these gates, you are game. But remember, you have that buffer. That buffer, I think it's about a minute before you can actually be attacked, or you can attack anyone else. So if you come out of here thinking, yeah, I'm going to kick some ass right now, and then you're greeted by a wall of enemy players, and you think, shit, maybe it's not a good idea. You've still got that 1 minute buffer, and you think, you know what? I'm cool. I'm just going to head back in there. I'm going to turn my PvP off, and I'm going to go back to crafting or go back to bed. Oh, I'll show you my house somewhere. Where is it? Is it here? I'm just going to check how much gear I got in there. So because there is not much room left in the storage box here, I think you get 1,175, whatever the weight thing is. I've had to split my crafting into 2 towns. So here I do jewelry making, I do metal work, all the metal stuff, like the weapons and armor, any other bits that go with it. I also do the tannery here, and I do, no, that's it, and the loom. And I've moved my other crafting stations to here. Now the reason why I've done that is because I felt that my town was holding me back. They were determined, because they're their guild, they were only for their guild, which I think was pretty shitty, to be honest. So if I look here, they've now upgraded most of it, but there's still quite a few on tier 2. That means there's crafting stations were no, that's right. So you're so these are a lot of tier 2, and some of the things that I need to use to increase myself as a player, they haven't bothered doing, because the majority of his guild people needed these items here, you know. And what I did suggest to the developers is that people that are resident, and that's only resident means you bought a house in your town, should have a say in what to make, even if you don't belong to the guild. Now I was thinking, you know, one of those charity things where you got the how much money you know, they've raised. Now if they had things like, for all the stations, if you're a resident in that place, you have 1 vote, and you click on the thing that you want to upgrade, and depending on how many people or anything like that, that's giving away a guild to say, you know what, this is what the people want. It's not just about what our guild likes, and that's why I felt a bit pissed off. But you know, it's the nature of the game. I don't have my players in there, so I can't make a guild, and I can't take over a territory and run it the way that we want. So I moved over to this town here, who could deal with all my alchemy stuff. Where's my stuff here? This is my town. So this is my town here. Tier 2s and tier 4s here, tiers 3s, but a majority of them are still tier 2. So, you know, I wanted to do cooking. I wanted my cooking to increase. I had loads and loads and loads and loads of cooking bits and pieces, but nowhere to use them because all my stuff was tier 3 and they were still rocking tier 2. So I had to move. I moved my cooking and arcane over to here. So that means each time I'm crafting my arcane stuff and my cooking, and I had shitloads. My people that are controlling my town are getting none of it. They're getting none of the benefits, none of the tax that I paid. I'm now giving it to another guild. But I'm freelance, you know what I mean? I did speak to him about it. I said, look, this is what's happening. I'm at this level already. You guys might not be at this level, but I'm at this level already. Let me start making stuff so I can, you know, put in the shop so I can kit out this. But they weren't having any of it. They were too busy dealing with their own stuff. So I just done my own stuff. And there goes, once again, Bella and Mel, that you don't have to have allegiances with anyone. You can do things by yourself. And you know Lupin. Lupin likes to roll solo when he's on these sort of games. That's the way I rolled in here, and I've done very, 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 very well. Just to answer your question there, Bella. Each town will have storage. So basically, if you wanted to have each of your... There we go. Each of your trading skills in one town and have a box for each one of those trading skills, you could do. You know, if like in one town the weaponsmithing is level 4, then you know you take all your weaponsmith stuff and you bring it over to their storage and dump it in there. What happens is though, is that you've got everything that's spread out and you go on a mission and you've got a bit of arcane, you've got a bit of armory, you've got a bit of furnishing, all those sort of things. It becomes a bit hectic. So what you really do want is for your town to be on point, meaning that they are gradually building up every single workstation to a decent level and then, you know, expand from there. You don't want to have to be going elsewhere unless it's close by, like here. That looks massive. It really does look massive, but you can walk that in 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, so all my arcane and cooking stuff is over there. The rest of the stuff is over here. I hope that answers. Okay, that's interesting, but I don't know. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it, to be honest. It's a pain in the arse. I mean, another important thing. When I told you about, have I got enough stuff to? I did have a bit of a binge. Okay, I'll make something, right? Just want to show you something. Now, when you're making weapons and armor, right? Collect enough resources to make quite a few of that item. Right, so I've got a load of iron. The stupid thing is, so here's my gripe, and I've already discussed this with the developers that it's fucking stupid. Right. Okay, so this is your first tier, which is iron, which is fantastic because you go out adventuring, you find iron mounds, and you pick your axe at it, and you get iron ore. You therefore then come back here, and you melt it down. You melt the iron ore into an iron ingot. Okay, you're done with iron. Let's move on to steel. That's the next tier. Now with the steel, there are no steel nodes. You go out, you find the iron mound, you harvest the iron, you bring all the iron back, and then you have to mix it with some flux. Now you can't make flux unless you're part of a faction. Then you spend your faction points to make the flux out of other bits and pieces. There is one way round that, however. Throughout the world, let me just zoom in. Where am I? I'm here. So throughout the world, you will come across these little places here. And they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Now, if you go to these places and destroy the enemies that are there, if you look inside the houses or the tents or wherever they are, there will be those supply boxes. And inside the supply boxes, you have a massive chance to find the fluxes, to find the sandpaper, to find the ointments, all the things that you need to transform it. That means you going out and then hitting all those enemy villages, collecting all the resources, then coming back. So it's not impossible. Okay, now does it work from your storage when you craft, or do you have it in your event? Okay, there's another good thing here. So it might be subject to change. Everything I have talked about right now might be subject to change in a month's time. I have to stress that point. You know, I've probably told you how to do it, but the key bits that I've spoken about I don't think will change. To answer your question there, Miss Bella Q, I'll just show you my inventory. Now, I've got to travel to the other town to offload all this arcane stuff here. It's not taking up too much, but it weighs a bit. However, I've got some bags here, which then reduces my weight carrying abilities. Now, you can't make the bags unless you join a faction to pick up a stone. The stone will then be crafted into the bag. That's why you have to join a faction, because you get these other perks, and they encourage you to join a faction. Even though you've joined a faction, you aren't tied to anything. The base is being invaded, you can't be asked, which goes for a lot of people inside this game. You just sit and chill, do some crafting. You know, you don't have to. You don't lose anything. You know, you might lose your town, but you don't lose anything. You're just carrying about your business. You know. Now I had an idea. Okay, this was my idea, and I put this towards the developers, and I don't know what's happened anyway. So I don't quite know how it all actually works. But what I noticed was I was crafting, a bell rang, and it said our keep is under attack. And I started panicking, thinking, fuck, our keep's under attack, oh shit. And then I looked round, and no one was moving. Seriously, no one was moving. Like, everyone was like, he was carry on doing this. He was building stuff in the fire. There was somebody dancing in the middle of the fucking street here. This dude was just standing here. They kept on crafting. Somebody was cooking, and no one gave a fuck, right? And I thought, that's really weird. And I put in chat, I said, guys, our keep's under attack. I don't know what that means, but it sounded bad. Our keep's under attack, you know. Why isn't anyone moving? I got no reply whatsoever. I said, right, I'm going to head off and I'm going to defend my keep. I didn't know if you can transfer there. I didn't know if you had to run there. Anyway, so I thought, right, there's our keep. It's under attack. I'm going to go and defend it. So I came out here and I put myself for PvP, because you have to put yourself for PvP if you want to go and defend your keep. And I went running here, running here, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get there, come running here, came running across here, came running in here, and I got here, and I died. Which was a massive anticlimax. I didn't even make it to the keep, so I have no idea whether you can, like, transport in. So my idea was, right, I didn't defend it, no, I died before I got there, which was really, really depressing. So I said to the developers, that is freaking stupid, right? That is dumb. I'm in here, everyone is, you know, just doing about their business, and, you know, the keep's being attacked. So I said, right, what should happen is, when we're under attack, this area here, all the gates shut, right? All the gates shut. Everything gets closed. All of this equipment gets closed. You know, you're being attacked. That's exactly what you can do. What's the first thing you do when your base is under attack? You lock the doors, you bolt everything down, you go and defend it. So I said to them, right, when they start to attack, the gates shut. No one can come in or get out. All the stations close, right? But here's the shitter, right here, right? If you are a member of the invading force that's in our village, you are locked in, right? For the people in the village to do what they want with you, which is going to be kill you, of course, right? And they said, well, that's stupid. What if you're just crafting? And I said, right, okay, if you're a member of the invading force, Surely you must have got the fucking memo which said we are invading that keep at this time. Right? That's not my problem if you didn't read the memo, okay? But that's the way it works. You're in there, you're a spy. Look, they've got all this level 3 gear, they've got this level 4 gear. You go in there, you have a look around, thought, yeah, okay, we're gonna have some of that. You go back, tell your guild leader goes, right, we're gonna overtake that fort, we're gonna take over their trade things. Everyone was a bit suspicious about that, but I said, no, it's a brilliant idea. Because a spy comes in, sees that you've leveled up your gear, they're gonna try and fight you for that station. Okay, what's the benefit of that? Well, the benefit is that they get all of the tiered stations that you've worked so hard to get, and also they can increase your taxes, they can increase your stationing thing for people that's not part of the guild, and you have a choice as a person. You could either sit there and pay these high taxes or anything like that, or you just move to another town, gather your forces, gather an army, come back and take it. Now, I think that's deep, and I think that's too deep for what the sort of this game is, but yeah, exactly. And also, Bella, once everything shuts down, there's a portal that will take you, you know, you jump in it and it will take you to the keep. Yeah, just like this thing here, which I tried to do. So this is a teleporter here. Okay, so if I press E, I can transport myself around the map, but only if I visited there before. So I thought, oh cool, you know what? I can jump into the portal and go to the keep. But I couldn't. You see, so I couldn't defend it. I died just before I actually fucking had a chance to defend it, which really pissed me off, and I thought, surely there's got to be something better than that. Not only that, it will encourage people to go and defend it. Now, I know if you're not part of the same faction, then basically you just sit and wait, you know, until it's over. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like PvP, then you just go somewhere else. You go to another town. There's loads of towns here. Loads of towns. If you're not a member of that faction that's defending, you stay in the town. You defend it. Right? If you're not, because remember there's 3 factions and only 2 will be fighting, then, you know, you go about your business. You move to another town. You teleport out to wherever your base is. You know, it doesn't seem unreasonable. I just thought that was a brilliant idea, and give you the guild something to fight for. You know, I put a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of taxes into this place. I'm gonna defend it, but maybe it's too deep. I don't know. So we've done the teleporter, we've done PvP, we've done a raid, we've done hubs. Ah, that was it. Right, okay. Because the game's going to be over quite soon, I just want to show you something. So when I say about making weapons, collect all your resources. So to remember, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But remember, we only had a short time to review it and play it and bug test it and strip it and build it and all that sort of stuff. So had to do everything quite rapidly and learn quite rapidly. Hence why I can tell you the bits and pieces that you might get stuck on, because I did. I had no idea. I mean, I played this years ago, and I can barely remember how it actually works. And I don't know whether I mentioned the same things then that I mention now. Has things changed? It just feels a lot smoother. I'll give it that. It feels a lot more playable, so they must have done something right. I digress. When you're making your weapons, even if you're doing your starting weapons, yeah, build enough resources to build quite a few of them. Okay, let's say you are. Let me go into here. Okay, so if I am let's say a rapier. If I use a rapier, I want the best rapier going. You know what I mean? I've got enough for 17 here, so I just want to show you something. It might work. It might not work, okay, but I've got to show you something else in here. So while my adventures, and I've been collecting absolutely anything that I can, the reason why I do that is I could get a chance of putting bonuses onto my weapon, okay. So these are things that I've harvested from using my sickle on various different nodes that appear in the world. Some of them are from other items, from mining. Some of them are from... Wait, I don't think I've got anything fishing. Yeah, actually, I did get some from fishing. So from each one of those separate nodes, from your logging, from your mining, from your fishing, from your tracking, from your harvesting, you have a chance to get some rare items. And these could be fit onto your weapon as you build it, okay? So I've got different things here that, you know, different classes. Like mine is, they say it's dexterity and intelligence, but I disagree. I think it's more constitution and dexterity, which, have I got one of those? Which is the iron hook. So I could take the iron hook, he says. Why can't, oh, has it crashed? Yeah, it's broken. It broken. I've done this to me before. Okay, so I could have taken that. It's done this. That means I have to log out and log back in. Okay, it's just one of the many bugs. No matter what I do, if I go over here, it comes up with the same thing, and there's nothing I can do about it. No item. There's nothing I could do about it, which is pretty shit. Okay, I've got to show you this. This is really, really important. So let me just actually come out of this. I'll just go to the game, to the main menu. And so obviously you'd write in on the bug testing thing saying, you know, sometimes on the screen when you're crafting, you go to select an enhancement, it doesn't work. Oh. Exactly, exactly. But you know, a lot of people would go, oh shit, crap. You know, the game's busted, broken, whatever, blah 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 blah. But that's the whole point. That is the whole point. You know, it's not just generosity of Amazon, just to hand out all these keys or whatever. You know, thinking, you know, we're going to do something good for the community. They are using us as tools. You know, to sort out. We're the guys that play it day in, day out. Day in, day out. We're going to do all the things that we do when we play games. And if we come across things that are broken, our job is just to say, yo. Steady, Shy. Okay, right, so I'm going to... What was I doing? What did I come here for? Ah, no, I'm not supposed to be here. Right, yeah, so my hint to you is... You're going to do your harvesting. You get a chance to see if it's working now. So mine is dexterity. Okay, so I get a chance to add a special feature onto my weapon that would increase my stats. However, there's another thing as well. While you're harvesting, you have a chance to find this stuff here. Okay, now it's a rare thing, but it can become a lot common. People stress, I don't find it. Remember this, guys. The right tool for the right job. Okay? So if you look at my inventory, now I've crafted everything myself apart from the stuff that I found in the dungeons. If we look at my tools, it's a level 3 steel sickle, right? I make these and I sell these. I've got a 283% gather speed. I've also got 2 perks in there. Now the 2 perks came from making these tools, but adding the Azeroth in there. Go back on here. By adding this. Yeah? So each time I went harvesting, I had a chance, a really high chance, of pulling one of these out, whether I'm mining, whether I'm not fishing, mining, whether I'm harvesting, whether I'm skinning, whether I'm chopping wood. I have a chance of pulling one of those out. So I can get, at one point I had 1,000, which is maximum, and then I just built a load of weapons because the beta was coming to the end, so I thought I'll get rid of it all. But if you get a chance to get them, then do it. If you don't, and you're still low level, but you've got a shit ton of iron, let's just try it on here. I've got my fingers crossed that something good comes out of it. So I'm going to choose a rapier, yeah? And I'm going to choose to make 17 of them, okay? That's the maximum I can make. Now, guys, if this works, it'll be fucking amazing. I will be blown away. Okay, I'm going to try something. Okay, so I'm going to go through 17 of these. Okay, now depending on my skill, they will vary in strength and stuff like that. There we go. Okay, so because I made so many of them, and I'll show you the trick what actually happened there. Maybe none of you noticed quickly what that was, but I'll show you in a second. And there's another one. Whatever you are making, be it a shield, be it a sword, be it something, anything to do with your weapons, make a few of them. Now if you notice here, okay, I've made 17 of these. Okay, now that's quite a lot of resources, but within that 17 I managed to get a named rapier, a Faeforged rapier, which is a rare weapon for that level. Not only do I get the bonus of creating, my weapon smithing has gone up, I can create all these extra things, so it's really a win-win-win situation. So win, I get the experience points. Win, I get the weapon craft experience point. Win, I've just got a named sword. So when you're making these things, make a few of them. Even if it means you have to be out there and harvesting shitloads of iron, shitloads of this, shitloads of that. If I'm a level... What am I? What's this maximum? A level 8. So you've just started the game. Okay, you're doing all your crafting. You get this special one here, which is a Faeforged rapier. Now, if I go back in here and I scroll down my weapons list, now where is it? Is it in here or is it somewhere else? Is that one there? Okay, yeah, so you've also got a chance while doing that to make a named weapon as well. So that's one of them. I've made it with Fey Iron. Now Fey Iron is incredibly rare, okay? But I could bypass that, yeah? Completely bypass that by making a quantity. And as I'm making a quantity, the skill of my weaponsmithing is going up anyway, okay? Hey, how you doing? How are you? Alright? Welcome to the channel. Welcome. I have missed you. Oh, that's very, very, very kind. I've been away for far too long. I'm back with this game. I'll be back on this game when it gets re-released. I'm streaming New World at the moment. If you just joined me there, Hallie, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, it says it's uncommon, but uncommon is basically you can't find it. Yeah, you can't find it. So that's one way of doing it. You have that chance when no matter what level you are, whether you're just starting out or you're, you know, level 30, level 40 or whatever, whenever you are making a weapon that you want for yourself, okay, craft it and make quite a few of them. Because what happens now is I go to my inventory, all these shitty ones here I'll get rid of. I'll salvage them, and I'm getting just a fraction of what I used back, yeah? But instead I can look at these things and go, right, okay, this I could sell that. Low levels will buy that. If you buy them cheap, sell them cheap, you know, they're there. I mean, this is great. It's a beautiful looking rapier as well. So there's my hint to you. I'm just going to get rid of these. I made them so I can destroy them or I could sell them. And I choose to smash all the regular looking ones and keep the two named ones. I've got some armour there as well. Don't know what that is. Waterlogged Pants of the Zealots. Oh, I've got another one as well. There isn't another one. Okay, yeah, so there is a massive. Yes, you can salvage. Yes, you can. You can salvage anything. The problem is that with the things that you make, that's in the crafting, you'll get something back. Now you notice here I've got 15 iron back from, you know, salvaging those weapons. However, if I was to, let's take one of these. These are one of my name things. I would usually sell this, but there is really no point. I'm going to give all my money away and give everything away that I can anyway, because, you know, I'm not going to. Once the beta's over, everything gets wiped. So there's this massive panic of people still selling things. But since this morning, I've just been giving everything away. You know, just basically, does anybody need this yet? Does anybody need that yet? Does anybody need that? And you wouldn't believe how hard it is to give stuff away. I'll put it in chat and say, does anybody want this? And I will get no replies. I literally have to force it onto people. And then sometimes I just destroy it. But, okay, I'm going to salvage this. Let's see. Okay, so all I got was a repair kit. I didn't get any Fey Iron back or anything. You notice that? Yeah? Got nothing back. So, I put in a request to say, you know, if we are getting shit, there should be a better option to dispose of it. Yeah, we can salvage it, but salvage doesn't only mean turn it into a repair kit. It means we can actually salvage bits off it, you know, bits of metal, bits of steel, bits of whatever, in order to get, even if it's a small amount, even if it takes 30 to make and we only get 1 back, yeah? So when we pick up things, because there are quite a few things that you find on the floors that say, you know, off mobs in chests, bind on pickup. Bind on pickup means once you have it in your inventory, you either wear it or you crush it. You can't sell it, you can't give it away, you can't do nothing with it. Okay, so once you've picked that item up, you can't do nothing with it. So once you salvage it, you're really getting nothing for it. All you're getting is a repair kit, which is meh. Anyway, so that is my other hint to you. Like I said to you, I'm not going through quests. I'm not going to be doing this, doing that. I'm just giving you helpful hints to get you over the edge. Now, that's a lot of things that not a lot of other streamers have done. They've shown you how to play the game and bits and pieces, but in order to actually get ahead in the game, and you take it from me because I've worked solo on this, and I'm at this level, at this crafting stage, by doing things myself and figuring out things myself. So instead of me holding that information, I pass it on to you guys. So I'll come when it's released, you join the wolf pack, and we go and have our merry time. We'll even try and attempt to take apart of that beautiful map right there. Oh, one more thing I need to show you. So because I've been working in a town, this is my town, and I've been crafting and I've been killing animals and I've been killing the enemy and I've been doing quests, my reputation in the town goes up. And when it gets to a certain level, I get a bonus. If I press the K button and go to map, I get a bonus. Okay, so wherever I am, which is where I am now, my territory, I got a bonus for being cool. And within that bonus here, so Windswood's my town, once I reach a certain level, I can choose one of these things here. Okay, now you notice that I've been choosing gathering speed because I'm a crafter. I want to get that node ASAP. I don't want to have to wait for tomorrow. I want to get that node now. So I've increased my speed of gathering, harvesting within this area to 28. Now I could go a bit more, which I just have done. But if I move out of this area and then move into here, where I'm not really known, I haven't really killed anything, I haven't done any quests, my ranking goes down. As in, like, I'm just an unknown dude, you know, just trespassing if you like. But in the places where you do, you know, a lot of questing, a lot of harvesting, a lot of trading, a lot of things, whatever you do in that town contributes towards your standing in that town. You move to another place, you do a lot of quests. So right now, because I do a lot of crafting in Monarch's Bluff, and here, I've got quite a good standing with these guys as well. So, you know, I can reduce my house costs, I can reduce my crafting costs, or whatever, you know, just depending on where you are. And you can do that for all of them, yeah? But these are the two that I travel in between to do quests and things. Sometimes I go over here, but not as many. But it does help. You can get a larger storage space. You can get, you know, extra XP, faster faster harvesting, more faction tokens, a whole thing. So there's so many different angles to this game, and I think it might just suit absolutely anybody. Even if you are not into these sort of long, and I mean long games with like, there is an end game, but that could change at any time. You know what I mean? With expansions, patches, and things like that. If you're into these games where you have to invest time into it, and the good thing about it is that it's not one of these games where I have to log on every single day in order to get my log on quest bonus. You know, now you notice that there's a lot of naked people running around now. I sent a post to the developers regarding clothing, and I had the Wolfpack in mind with all their different criteria that they have in games, and one of them, don't know, I'm just the messenger, right, is bare feet. Okay, now bare feet, now I know the girls and even myself, if I have a choice between shoes and no shoes, 100% I'm going no shoes all the time, definite. But what I don't want is the penalty that goes with it. What means my armor level drops, you know, I'm more susceptible to damage because I'm wearing no shoes. But that is my choice. I shouldn't be punished because I have a certain way that I want to play the game. You made this game, we play it, we purchase it, whatever. You know, we should have it our way. They are doing so well with the non-gender specifications inside the game. Why don't they bring it all the way through instead of just stopping at the end? You know, that is amazing. I have never seen that. I just need to show you something else. I've never seen that ever in a game. It just shows how much progress they are making. Now, I'm trying to find where this menu is, and I was just like, what? Character? No. Not achievements, not trade skills, not weapon masters. Bio. Title. Nah, it was something else. Now, no one's ever spoken about this, but I was just like, OMG, that is freaking amazing. And I don't know where it's gone. I don't think I can only do it once. Okay, so basically, within, I think I'm sure it was in the bio, and I might. I thought it was here. But clearly it's not. Okay, so within the menu, it's got how you like to be addressed, you know, and that interests me. And I was like, what's this? And then in that tab, it had shit. You have to remind me. Remind me what it had. He. She, her, him, she, her, him. What one? They, them. That's it. There we go. Thank you, Shire. He, him, she, her, they, them. Now that is the first time ever in all my gaming experience, and I'm an old fucker, I am, okay, that I've actually seen that, and it just shows you how, you know, not only within society, but it's actually filtrating through games, because gamers have no gender, gamers have no colour, no creed, no nothing. You are just gamers, and that is a beautiful thing about games. You call yourself a gamer, you can look like anything, you know, talk like anything. It doesn't matter. You all come under gamers, and I just think that is an amazing thing to have inside a game. And if you're not too up to date with the him is hey you an option works for me, Mel. Yeah, which is just, it's just so cool. It's so cool. I don't know where it is. It was here. I was amazed by it. It's in there somewhere. You should find it. I may answer to Dork on certain days as well. Right. Anyone in the chat could just, you know, might have a question about something or something I might not have covered. You probably have to watch this stream bit by bit because it has gone on a long while. How long has it gone on? 3 hours 30 minutes, and I think I've just covered a bit of it. I've done quite a few things, but all those sort of things will help you advance and take the mystery out of playing this game. You know, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for joining me. I know I've been away for so long, and I'll probably disappear until the 31st again. I always did say it would take a special sort of game for me to come out of hibernation, and I think this is it because it's got longevity in there and there's quite a lot to it. I'm just laughing at all these people running around naked, which proves my point exactly. Right, there's literally a dude with a gimp cap on and a loincloth. You should be able to play the game exactly how you want it, and I do feel like it's a little bit restricted. You know, you can't have your identity inside the games, and with massive multiplayer online games, in order to feel immersed within there, you know, you build a character that you feel the immersion with. You know, that you have some sort of, you know, it might not look nothing like you, but you have some affiliation. Or a matron. You've got, you know what I'm trying to say. You know, I'm not great with words. Affiliation, is that a word? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, you have something in common with the character in order for it to work. And there's some more naked people, but there's my point exactly. Look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my good people of the community. Thank you so much, Mel, Shy Blue, my lovely, 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 lovely functioning. My assistant. Thank you to Miss Bella Q, as per usual, my beautiful moderator, who this character was actually based on. And apart from the scar, I think I've done a bloody good job. Thank you so much to Arctic. Thank you to, who else was in here? My moderator should be on ball here and going, you know what, he's here, he's here. There's Kitten, I remember Kitten was here. Kitten was here, Haley was here, I remember Haley was here at some point. Kitten Purr, I know that, but the first one on here was, Bria's been here, Shy Blue's been in here, Emerging Cape's been in here. There's quite a few of you, and that makes me feel really good. That makes me feel, Shy, you have no idea. You have no idea. Miss Bella, let me just clear it up a bit. Shy Blue is my niece, my daughter. That'll explain everything. Yeah, and if she says you're thick, then it's the street slang for you're hot, and that's exactly there. Okay, one of three, also along with Bree, who's also in here as well. Yeah, so that's, take it as a compliment. Okay, right, that's me done. If you guys in the channel, the chat, have any questions, then please say so now about this, about anything else, because I'm about to log off, and I think I've got everything covered. I just want to make sure, because I don't want to really start this stream up again, especially when it's dying tomorrow, sort of thing. If you're watching this as a rerun or something like that, and you are on Sculptor, I'm in Woodwood. I'll be giving all my worldly possessions away, and I think you might have a day to use it all. I think it's on the 2nd that it dies. Tomorrow's the 1st. I give away all my shit. You've got a day to use whatever you want. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of money there. There's houses there. There's armor, weapons, anything there. So that's on the Sculptor EU servers. Tomorrow I'll give away all my shit. Just come see me and I'll give away all my shit, fam. Yeah? Right. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you once again for joining me on this stream. I hope everything worked well. I'm not looking 100% great. I'm looking very fucking tired. I can tell by the rings around my eyes. That's this game for you when you don't eat and sleep. You just play. The only time that I took a break was when the servers went down. That was for about 6 hours, maybe 4 hours, maybe 2 hours. It changed, but yeah, I actually had a chance to eat and stuff. So anyway, I hope you get the game. I really do hope you get the game by hook or crook. Wherever you get it. You join me. We're going to try and take a territory and make ourselves present. So obviously I need your assistance to join me in, what was it, August the 2nd? No, August 2nd is when it finishes, on 31st or sometime. Whenever this game comes out, hook me up, come onto the stream, and we'll do something big. I know I've got my wolf pack with me. Or Luna better not have shoes when the game's released. Hell yeah, I know. I'm trying my best. And the developers did say they'll take a look at it. So whether or not we get a wardrobe and get the option, I think it's really cool, man. I want to run free barefoot in the woods. Look at these guys here. Look at these guys here. They're free, man. They're free. They're absolutely free. Ow! Thank you, guys. Right, I'm out of here. I'll rerun this if I can remember how to. I really forgotten everything, but I hope it works. I'll watch this back and see my levels and see what's happening, and hopefully I'll look a little bit better because I'm absolutely shattered. Thank you so much, guys. Love you all. Wolfpack and everyone else that's checking this channel. Thanks once again. I think I'm doing a nice ending. Can I not do that and then that and then that, and then I'll have a nice ending, wouldn't I? Look, a nice ending screen for me to end on, because I'm ending. Till another time, yes, definitely. Sleep well. I am shattered, and yeah, but I promised a lot of people that I would do this, and I am not one to back down on my promises. So there you go. There is the screen, and 2 days time, this will be no more until the re-released. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, guys. I hope you learned something or made something a bit clearer. But remember, I have my Twitch and I have my Twitter and I have several other ways for you to contact me, ask me the questions. I've got a few of them on my Twitch channel now, and I've cleared them up, hopefully, and I'll see you guys later. Adios. How do I stop this thing? I learned fresh water. Thank you very much. But, well, yeah, be well too. Yes, definitely. Good. Yes, fresh water and salt water, they're the most important things. Right, go ahead. Go to bed. You should be in bed. See you later.